Oh,
It's-
yeah. Okay, but it's close.
If you're
All
saying
right,
that,
let's
looks
do
like
the
me.
down.
He's moving like a robot.
Showtime.
Computer, it don't work.
I need some money.
I saw my pussy. Suck my green cock.
Little tits, big tits,
You
or
can't-
super big
You
tits.
can't talk about it. We're on corporate time. What are you doing?
We're not recording yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we are.
oh!
We're doing the show.
It was a VHS.
So dry. Lumpy.
Hey,
Oh, what do
No shit! No shit!
Big tits!
We'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But he posted he finally gave up and now is a LOL guy
Instead of haha.
instead of a haha guy. And
You know-
and then he's
I'm
like,
a
is he,
I didn't want to bring this up, but since you're bringing it up, you commented on a post that was like 5 years old.
What?
Z159 FM.
Heart of my heart, I love you. Life would be naught without you. Light of my life, my darling, I love you. I love you. I can forget you never. From you I ne'er can sever. Say you'll be mine forever. I love you.
Time for a bath. Time for bath.
time for a bath, and time for bath. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. I wish my refund hurry up so I can have a taxitude. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. I'ma be like, let me get 20 on pump 3. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Matter of fact, make it 25, and yes, I would like to donate to the March of Dimes, so ring me up that Coke and candy bar 2 for $2.22 deal where $1 goes to March 2. Oh, and ring these Skittles up for my kid too. And when the cashier tells me to have a nice day, I'm gonna be like, no ma'am, you have a blessed day, sugar. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Pull down my shades like Kim Kardashian, smile like Gabrielle Union. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Flip my bundles like Nicki Minaj, and queen out the door like Beyonce. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Goofy face, goofy face, goofy face, heart, 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 muscle, muscle, muscle. Time for a bath, time for bath, time for a bath, and time for bath. Sassy black girl, sassy black girl, sassy black girl, kiss, kiss, kiss. Hashtag so what, hashtag I ain't shame, hashtag my money, hashtag call me taxitude honey.
Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio. It's a blast! It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks. Hello. This is your Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan program. We hope that you will find our presentation precise, joke heavy, and just right. Thanks.
Welcome to the Friday free show of A Mediocre Time.
No. Nobody hit the wrong button. Saving myself a little bit of busy work later. If you're not recording the proper way, I just rewind it, start it again, and get that crisp opening. It is another A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
I'm Brendan.
Brendan O'Connor's
I like
here.
that he jumped in. Hold on. I like that he jumped in.
They know you already, Brendan.
Hey,
I'm here.
They know you. Our big Canadian friend. And when I say big, I mean
Hearted.
cock.
Oh, cock. Okay. Yeah.
Oh, we knew, Brendan.
Did you see the big hubbub this weekend? Or last weekend, I should say. Massive, massive hubbub about David Chappelle on Saturday Night Live. When he was sitting on the stool, everybody... Well, I was listening to Howard Stern.
His
and
penis fell out?
No, Howard was talking about how you could see... He kept using the word cock. And I was, I'm like an old dad listening to Howard Stern. I'm having my car drive me down the road, listening to Stern and just cry laughing as Robin and Howard talked about David Chappelle's cock.
And?
They say it's humongous.
Oh, wow.
And he is big now. He has he does the tuxedo. Did you know, he always likes to show off his testosterone arms. Right?
Well,
why are all comedians, why are most comedians, once they get to a level where they gain success, Carrot Top, Dave Chappelle, Joe Rogan, you name any of them, Dane Cook, they always get on the drugs. They get on the...
that's because you're rich. And
yeah,
it used to be...
access.
And now... But here's the thing. Now, you can be poor and do it. My Eternal Vitality.
That is true. MyEternalVitality.com.
It's not that expensive.
That is true. That is
do
one of our
what they're
sponsors.
doing.
Yeah.
Because after
do you want to be Dave Chappelle? Do
Wait,
you want to rip your...
what do you mean? What's the draw? What is that?
it's tea.
Yeah,
you
you
get
want
the
the
tea.
Do you want the tea?
No, because on the apps, that's what all the guys say. They do you party? They make it a capital T in the party.
Or you get to a certain age and you're dying. So
Yeah.
that's how it works.
I feel like I'm dying.
Testosterone.
All your chemicals start getting lower and screwed up.
Yeah.
And then nowadays you could just supplement those and then feel like you're 20.
Yeah,
again.
the issue is though when you start messing with hormones, that's when you get cancer.
No.
I already got cancer. I already got it.
You do?
Yeah, I think I do.
What do you mean?
I think everybody, when they, like...
You got a bump?
No, I just feel like everybody's...
A bump on your rump?
I feel like everybody's cancer, it's in there. It's just not organized.
Oh.
It'll get there.
Oh,
It'll
like,
get
like
there.
we all have cancer. It just
Yeah.
hasn't like done anything with its
Exactly.
life yet.
It hasn't, like, they haven't made the phone calls to connect the dots. They haven't gotten on 4chan enough and talked about how they're going to bomb your liver or something. You know? See what I'm
please
saying?
don't.
That's misinformation spread by all the other companies that are selling you medication.
Yeah.
That because your T is low and you feel like shit and you're
There's a guy. There's a little guy I know. He went on the testosterone and he's ripped now. He
what I
has
want.
sex all the time.
I know that's what I want to do. I start railing my wife sideways.
That's
Looking at
what
myself in
happened.
the mirror and glistening abs. You know,
Yeah.
I'm like brushing my hands up
But
and
he's
down my ass.
so boring now.
people will say about the cancer thing, and then I'm looking at all the celebrities that are on it, and I'm like, well, they're not worried about cancer.
Well, they're also not eating, tostones from or taquitos from 7-Eleven.
Tostones are delicious.
I
by
do
the
like
way.
tostones.
Let's get you had stuff. I was
Okay.
interrupting you with the Dave Chappelle bullshit. I'm sorry.
That's
I
all right.
apologize. I'm trying to be better about that.
I'm gonna knock out two different things.
Yeah.
One, we're gonna be at Science on Tap tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
That's the Orlando Science Center.
I'll be there too.
All right. So
Killer.
if you want to come out,
Brenda or Brendan?
Brenda doesn't come out when the sun's out.
Okay, that's
No,
good to
okay,
know.
okay.
Or should it? Well, that's not true. She's going to Tactical Bruins thing. So, yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I'll
don't
shut up.
just. I shouldn't have even asked. Brendan will be
Brendan.
there. Yeah,
so
Brendan will be there.
I looked at the weather. It's warming up to like 65, which is
Perfect,
perfect in
yeah.
Florida. Sunny 65.
I'm
That,
thinking about breaking out the cowboy hat. Will that
Gene-
make you uncomfortable?
No.
I'm thinking about dressing wacky for this
Oh,
one.
you should.
Do you want to dress crazy?
No.
I have a.
Dressing crazy all the way. Dressing normal is his
I
crazy
thought
now.
he would want to dress crazy with me. I thought I would have crazy.
I don't want to try hard at anything this weekend.
I was going to wear
I
a
just-
big cowboy hat. I was going to wear my golden Ray-Ban Bidens. I was going to wear a
I like that.
Coors. Now, is it disrespectful to wear my Coors Light silver
No,
bullet
it's funny.
jacket?
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Okay, I'm going to
funny,
wear
yeah.
a silver Coors Light jacket
Ironic.
and white jeans with
Ooh.
white snakeskin boots.
You are not. You're not going to do any of those things. You might wear the cowboy hat.
I'll wear the cowboy hat and the jacket. I don't have the jeans or the boots yet. Yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go down Temu.
So get your tickets,
Yeah.
osc.org.
It's a great beer fest. All the
Yes.
proceeds go to help out the Orlando Science Center, and we love those guys.
And Jeff from the Science Center is such a huge fan of 104.1 that it kind of becomes like a 104.1 beer fest.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
everyone's there.
Is Angel going to be? He was out there last year. Sabrina from News Junkie.
Yeah,
was out there.
very ill prepared for the details that you're asking me,
What is
Tom.
that?
Back to you.
There's some people be out there or whatever. We're hanging out.
I will. I've said it once, and I'll say it again.
Daniel dressed like a fool.
I'll be dressed like a fool. And my favorite thing from last year is that, and maybe she was high, maybe she was drunk,
Yeah.
maybe she was sober, but it was Sabrina of the News Junkie saying that we were giving away a brand new Subaru, and we were not. We were not giving away that. And we announced
I
it
remember.
multiple times, and it made me very happy.
So second, Merchman Eric is doing a discount for ACT hoodie this weekend.
Yes.
The discount
code Make America Healthy Again is the discount code.
It's Frozen Florida 10 at checkout.
Yeah, let's make it long, Eric. God damn it. We are the dumbest motherfuckers.
You're on BDS.
Hold on,
It's
this is-
Not long.
I'm going to give myself
Frozen Florida 10, and you get $10
Yeah,
off.
just how about cold? How about just cold? Hashtag cold.
ACT hoodie. Now that's from January 25th at noon to January 26th at midnight. You could just turn it on. Very specific.
How long does it take to ship?
Hey, he'll do it. I mean, you'll get it by next week. You order
he's
it
fast.
tomorrow.
He's the
whatever.
best. He's fast.
Brendan,
Uh-huh.
I have to ask you a question. So
I love your lead ups, Tom. I always forget that
They're wild.
and I've always gone unprepared.
Isn't it funny that like when he goes to do it, it is the audio equivalent of him wiping the board completely clean.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay,
Listen up, kids.
here we go.
Uh-huh.
Pop quiz, hot shot.
So I know Brendan O'Connor is a man about town,
Uh-huh.
and
He's my most popular friend.
Oh, really?
You are my most popular friend. Yeah, you're the guy I
You have some
know.
popular friends.
Not as popular as you. You go to the most places. We'll name somebody that does that I know that is a friend of mine that does more than you do.
Ross Padgett.
Nah, more than you do. He's got a baby. Not possible.
yeah,
Fake
yeah,
news
yeah,
on
yeah.
that.
yeah.
That doesn't work.
Well, thanks.
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Jim Colbert.
And I also Jim Colbert don't do nothing. He bought an Xbox. Yeah, welcome to 2003, Jimmy. Jesus Christ. He's like, I got an Xbox. I started playing Fall Guys.
Oh,
yeah,
That's
okay.
a midlife crisis.
Yeah, he's freaking out.
That
by the
sounds
way-
like
Yeah.
depression.
You know what I heard? You know why you
What?
buy an Xbox?
Why?
When you're how old is Jimmy? 70? You know
Yeah,
why you
yeah,
do that?
yeah.
Your pecker doesn't work.
I was about to
why you buy
say,
an
I said
Xbox.
midlife. It's an in-life crisis.
That's good.
Jimmy's having
I
an
didn't say it.
in-life crisis.
I didn't say it.
Anyway,
What was your question?
so I knew Brendan was coming in today,
Yeah.
so I was like, let's see what Brendan's been up to
Oh.
on the old social media, because you're always around
Going
yeah.
places. Yeah.
Touching butts and taking names.
Yeah, man.
And we'll talk about like your trip to the Keys.
Oh,
in a
yeah.
second and stuff,
And
but
some butts.
Talk about touching butts.
your last post I saw on Facebook
Oh, no.
said, if you're gonna email me and beg for a favor, at least spell my name right first.
Tom, you know what's funny is he's normally not this guy, and
Uh-huh.
and something came to Tom today. Something that the gossip fairy came and
Oh.
touched him and said he wants the tea.
Where'd he touch
And
you?
Tom, you're not normally that guy, but you like this one.
Show me on the doll where the fairy touched you.
Well, we're gonna get into favors in a second,
yeah.
but before that, who was it?
Who was it?
Because the first
A
thing,
PR professional.
the,
A PR professional who has hit me up multiple times in the past. And they had a long lead in their email, really kissing my butt, hoping that I would say yes to whatever the hell they were asking me.
Right.
okay.
And the first thing they said, Brandon. I was like, bitch,
Brandon,
I've known
okay.
you for how
I
many
do
years?
like Brandon though.
I
Does
don't
that count?
Usually I don't care.
Right.
Usually I don't care. But this is a professional PR person who can't even take the minute. Like, my name is in my email address. Like, you can look at that and double check.
It's
Maybe it was done to catch your attention.
No, she doesn't care. She
Yeah.
just doesn't care. She's just shitty at her job.
Okay.
It-
All right. There's that.
I
There's
said
that
it.
angle.
I said it.
Yep.
And it also reveals to you a very important thing about favor giving, right?
Uh-huh,
and,
uh-huh.
and it's always been important to me, and I'll ask you if you think that
Well,
this, and I know you do, because me and Brendan have a lot in common business-wise.
I feel like you, and
Business-wise.
you could tell me if I. Well, this-
Everything else,
I mean,
10 beers away from everything else.
I think we're just as horny. I
agree. I
think we're
agree.
both
I've
as
seen your
horny.
harness. I don't own a harness, so I.
I didn't think about that. I mean, I didn't think about that at all.
Yeah.
Horny in business.
Who's wearing the collar, though? Do you have a collar with your harness, or is it just the harness?
It's just the harness.
Okay.
Oh, that's amateur hour. Did you have a lead?
Collar means your sub, right?
So the important thing about favors
Wait, I shouldn't be answering that.
to me, and I assume to Brendan, is the fact that when you lend a favor to someone.
Well, you've lived your life with favors, right? I mean,
You want kickback.
I'm not saying this.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
I know where you're going.
Did you hear him fall into storage wars for a second? Yeah. Like in your old school, like, and I'm not bringing this up for the reason you think I am. Back in the day when I first knew you, hi, I'm TC and I'm your intern for the Monsters. Dude, you were Mr. Favors.
Yeah.
A favor here, a favor there, Pred tickets out the back here, Loge this.
'Cause you were paving
Is
the
that, and just so I'm on the right page, does that fall into the category of favors, or is that a grift?
No, that is
Am I-
favors, because you're.
He's using his favors for a grift.
Yeah, well, because no, you give someone a favor, then they owe you a favor.
Right.
So
Yeah.
then you have, it's like the scales of justice I talk about. Like
You've talked about that.
I don't necessarily know.
Well, no,
That-
no,
that-
No,
we
that's
were a
how he
little
looks.
different.
No, he always looks at it like
no,
that.
well,
Okay.
Like
no.
he has used the term scales of
Because
justice.
I'd love
more
to
than one
cash
time.
in with some of these PR people and be like, I have written 1 million stories for your people, and y'all haven't
But
bought
you have
an
to.
ad
But you have to have.
Have you asked
You have
them?
to have fat
though?
nuts. You have to have.
No.
You have to be
Well,
willing to do it.
If you give them one, like then
Yeah.
they owe you.
I should cash in. I should cash in. I'm overdue to cash in.
And, and maybe you don't and it sounds like I'm being a dickhead or selfish.
No,
or
it's what's in it. Your time is valuable.
And listen, I'll give favors to people for just the general sense of goodwill.
The chat room before you sent it, Ryan in our chat room, he said, Tom is going to misuse, quote, scales of justice here. And you fucking did it, dude. And you fucking
screw
did
you,
it.
Ryan.
And then my wife said, drink. Like they're playing some sort of fucking, they're playing the rose, hey, that fucking South Korean drinking game.
What?
The song with Bruno Mars. Apartheid.
Apartment. It said apartment.
Or whatever it is. Yeah, my daughter's obsessed with it. That's a drinking game.
People keep requesting it when I DJ.
They're playing Tom's dumb, misusing the. I'm not going to let you be mean to my business partner like that. I'm not going to let you do. I'm going to kick my wife out of the chat room.
And that's an easy thing to predict, too, by the way. So it's not even like.
Yeah, tell
I
them
think it's
that.
only a grift if you're like, I'll give you. Like if you're selling them and stuff. Like I don't think it's a grift.
No, well, we use the grift term a little.
Just because it was fun to use it as
Yeah. And so, but back to the favors, because if the PR person doesn't even bother to spell your name right, then you know the likelihood of you ever even getting a favor back from that person is slim to none because they're so self-centered that they don't even care about like not looking.
Well, they're not
like
even present when they're writing the email.
No, I 100% was like, well, first thing, you spelled my name wrong.
Did you say that?
Oh, I did, because I was feeling it in that moment of like, I think I need to like let this person know.
Ooh, I never say that.
Yeah, you wouldn't do that, would you? You would let it.
But I did it with a smiley face emoji, so it takes the heat off of it. Like when you use an exclamation
Tom
mark.
doesn't believe in emojis.
No.
Yeah, he doesn't use them. He doesn't use them. He doesn't believe in the power. There might as well be a crystal.
Is it gaslighting?
Yeah.
He does use that term a lot, but I'm not sure if he knows what it means. But he uses it a lot. Yeah, I hear that and scales of justice a lot.
That smiley face is passive aggressive.
It is passive. It is.
And that's the way I'm taking it.
It is. But you're letting them know that it's passive aggressive, not aggressive aggressive. Like they haven't like really messed up. It's just enough to be like, oh, emoji.
So
I don't know.
Would it have been worse if you had been like, it's Brendan?
I don't know. Also, like I need to be cognizant of like not being a giant dick. And just being like, well, they made a mistake.
Okay, going back to spelling your name wrong because
Brendan.
Okay, so what if you spelled Brendan with an A instead of an O, or vice versa? I don't even know how to spell.
You don't even know how to spell. You don't even know how to spell my name. You don't even know how to spell.
No, but like, here's like,
show me how you have me in your phone.
Let me help you.
How do you have me?
Let me help you. He was going.
But that's the same to me.
He got in and started talking to you about a different spelling of Brendan, and then realized that there may not be a different spelling. and that's what you just saw there. Was pure.
Daniel knows me.
I know him. Like he started to fucking freak out there for a second.
A little bit. Yeah.
So, but with that PR person called you a different first name. Brandon to Brendan is
that is different.
It's different.
Like if you got called Tim, Tim is a completely different name
Brandon
than Tom.
probably played football in high school.
So
Brendan played Dungeons and Dragons in the stairwell.
Gotcha. Yeah.
I do this a lot.
I'm with you.
So I know a lot of Erics with a K and a C. I mix them up all the time. Like Merchman Eric, his name is spelled with a K, but I'll put a C.
SJ, he's a C.
Yeah. And then like Eric from
I
Hollabox is a C.
He's a C.
Oh, true.
So mixing that up, I feel like isn't as bad as calling someone Brandon to Brendan.
Yeah,
with different names.
If you're really trying to make a good impression and you really are asking me for something, spell my name right.
Of course.
Spell my name right. That's it. It's just respect. It's respectful.
Yeah.
What if somebody doesn't use your name and said email and ask for a favor? What if they're a little more casual?
I don't care. If that's shorthand, casual, fine.
Yeah, I don't use names anymore.
I'm not asking for like a treatise,
No, I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
So, are you familiar with the Ben Franklin effect?
No.
Okay.
I can't wait to learn.
Does this have something to do with syphilis?
Didn't
He had that, right?
You get it enough times, you heal yourself and it goes away.
Oh wait, I thought
That's
that,
the Ben Franklin.
I thought that was
syphilis effect.
HPV. Oh, that just lays dormant until it like rides its way out of your body.
That's what you get from eating it.
Yeah,
your tongue.
yeah.
Or your
Yeah,
throat.
and then they gotta cut your tongue out. But it's kind of cool because you're like, I got this right because I do my pussy.
And it's like a Ren and Stimpy close up of a tongue.
Oh, I love it where it smells. You can
and
smell
the
the
holes
drawing.
and things. Yeah.
The Ren and Stimpy close-ups are some of my favorites.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because you could smell the drawing. Love them.
Ugh.
What's
So-
the biggest favor you've ever done?
Well, I'll get to that. The Ben Franklin effect.
Oh yeah, sorry. Explain that.
Is so
Because I'd never heard of this before.
it's a psychological
Alexander Hamilton.
effect that when you ask someone for a favor and they grant you that favor, that ends up making the person that gave you the favor or granted the favor like that person more.
You're empowering a person. It's almost like you're being what do you call that?
A people pleaser.
Well, no, like when let's say I asked a favor of you, I'm in a weird way. I'm kind of bowing to you and saying I don't have an answer here. I need some help.
So to make
and I'm
you
empowering
like Daniel more.
Yeah, well, I'm empowering you. I'm pumping up your confidence. I'm like, you are an expert in your field.
And
Help
in
me
Spanish,
out,
it's like por favor instead of please. It's like for a favor. Like it's even in the language.
Yeah.
Por
Oh, that's
favor.
a good point.
So
That's an excellent, super intelligent friend point.
Thank you. I
Yeah.
didn't smoke pot today.
So why they call it the Ben Franklin effect is like Ben Franklin realized this
that he
and
was lifting ships.
there was no
Well,
there
I mean, he was a statesman and a manipulator. I mean, he was like, he was a smart guy.
was a political rival of him that was like talking shit on the old newspaper or whatever about him, and then he realized he asked the guy for a book because he knew he had a book library, and the guy lent him a book, and then that stopped a lot of the negativity towards him. And so
It also doesn't always work. I think my mom tried to give me a variation of this with bullies, and I'm like, some guy's beating me up every day, and I'm like, hey, Jerry, I got you a pair of drumsticks. And he's like, that's great, Dan. I'm going to shove them up your asshole.
Yes.
No.
Midget.
Yes,
if
I
he-
hate him.
if he gave you something,
Right. No,
he
I
like
know.
you.
But my mom would always tell me, like, you go, you like interact with these people, maybe try to like be friend. Nah, I never get that
No.
far. They beat me up.
Yeah. So the and
Don't you
then
want to time travel and like do something nasty to those people?
the
Or would
bullies-
you grow? Or would you just be like what would you do? Would you go back and beat the hell out of your bullies?
No, I don't.
No?
I don't really remember a lot.
Would you
of-
find out what drove them crazy in the first
Well,
place?
the best thing is to go back when they're a baby and
kill-
then hurt
kill their
their
mom.
and then
You have to kill their
and then
mom.
and then you have to live with the fact you killed the baby.
You got to
Anyway,
go back and you have to.
Would you kill a baby? A time
would you,
baby?
Would you kill
Yeah.
Hitler as a baby? That's some joke.
I don't know. Yes, I would.
Anyway, so
I know one guy who wouldn't.
so
That's a joke.
Oh,
Too
the
soon.
president?
Too soon.
now
Oh, Elon.
they actually
That
proved
was a
this
Roman salute.
in a study that I found interesting in the fact that they did the study where they brought in a bunch of students and they asked them to answer questions and they would give them money for every right question or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
So they had 3 different
Incentives.
sample groups. And then, so after it was done, at the end of the whole study or whatever, the instructor would go to the students on the one sample group and say, hey, I gave you this money, but it was my money that I gave you, and I'm really broke right now. Could you give it to me back? And then the second sample group, he's like, hey, that was the psychology department's money, and they're kind of low budget. Would you give it back for the psychology department?
Right.
And then the third sample, nothing. They didn't say anything. And then they pulled all the students and asked who liked the instructor the most.
Gotcha.
And the group that gave the instructor back his
Personally,
own money
The personal interaction.
liked the instructor the most, which is the weirdest thing. Is like the one that asked you for the money personally, and then
It's got to be the same instructor every time, though, because what if that instructor who gave the money also happened to have big dick energy, or like what if he just
naturally
or
was a
he's-
charismatic
I think it
person
was.
or
Or he
something,
smelled
right.
good or something.
Yeah, I'm pretty
you know,
sure
like
they use the same
the
guy.
same person. Okay,
Yeah.
And then I
with
researched
a mustache,
even
Always.
more, and
but it
there's
moves.
there's some psychological effect that we have about like when you take care of someone. It's like a parenting thing deep inside.
Yeah.
Or like
You're like taking them under your wing.
a caretaker. Like
Yeah.
if you do something for someone, all of a sudden you like them more because you're like helping them.
Well, I
Is
mean,
it
it's
weird?
yeah, I mean, and no different than like the psychology, I guess, of like,
Dogs.
is it the same of like the simplicity of giving a gift? You know, like you're like, is it?
But they have to ask.
Is it because
They need
because you feel good?
You need to know that they need it from you.
Gotcha.
Just giving a gift doesn't make you like
Right.
that person
I keep
more.
going back to that and looking at it like from a almost like from a more too simple of a system.
So if you have someone that doesn't like you and you want them to like you,
Yeah.
ask them for a favor, and it'll make them like you more. And it's a weird. It's counter intuitive.
Unless they spell your name wrong.
Yeah.
So back to favors. We were talking about favors you've done for other people, and
I have a feeling Brendan's a favorman. I think you're a favorman.
Yeah, I do like that.
Yeah.
So Daniel has done a favor twice. Has officiated someone's wedding on a favor.
I had
right?
forgotten about this.
Tiffany and what was the name from the radio station?
Topher.
Was it fun or were you so nervous?
For one of them, I was very, very nervous. For Tiffany's, I was extremely nervous because I'd known her for like 15 years.
Yeah. I'm
So
an
it was
ordained Dudist priest, is
Yeah.
why I ask, and I've always been too afraid to actually register with the state.
No, you should. Yeah, it's cool. It's like it meant a lot to me. So like I'm really glad I got to do Tiffany's, and then she ended up like sending me like all these nice gifts and stuff that she didn't need to do. But like that one meant a lot to me. The other one though, I wasn't very nervous. It was a gay couple that I married.
Okay.
And then
threesome.
and then they got divorced, and then the guy isn't gay anymore, and he got remarried to a woman now.
What?
Yeah.
He's still gay.
I
He's
wanted
a
to
straight
scream.
man.
I'm not gay no more.
You can't. Oh my God, Andrea yelled at me for doing that because sometimes I just she says I talk to talk, and she said something. She's like, well, you don't have to do that no more. And like you're just saying something, and it triggers in my brain. And Maisie was there, and I'm like, I'm not gay no more. And Maisie's like, what? And then Andrea's
yelling
like,
out
what are you
popular meme.
saying? What the fuck's wrong with you? Why would you yell that?
I'm gonna start saying
I'm
it.
not gay no
I'm gonna say it all
more.
the time. I'm not gay no more.
Ugh.
Can I pet that dog?
I like a women's.
Vagina.
So I started really thinking about favors, and there are some favors that I love when they're.
You're a favorman.
Okay,
You
yeah.
do a lot
Money
of favors.
favors? No. I will not give you money.
Now,
That's
'Cause I don't
Andrea's,
have any.
that's Andrea's greatest one.
Yeah.
Andrea's biggest favor. She gave a massive sum of money to a friend.
okay. Now,
I'll buy you dinner.
$5K. Just there you go.
Buy you dinner all day, but $5K.
Yeah.
did they end up paying it back?
No.
All right. So,
It was given. It was like, here it goes.
okay.
Goodbye.
$5,000's a lot.
It is.
That is a good friend. Like, there are only a certain amount of
Andrea's
people
But
that
that can affect your friendship because then your friend might be too embarrassed because they didn't pay you back, and then they won't want to hang out with you anymore because every time they hang out with you, they feel like they're obliged to give you shit.
Mine-
Yes.
you know?
Yeah.
Andrea reminded mine, and mine also has to do with me being a notary, which is also someone who
Oh.
can marry somebody.
Yeah.
But I illegally notarized 4 different deliveries of
Don't say this.
Ukrainian tanning beds to Tuttle's tanning salon. And I think I put myself in some jeopardy in doing that.
You're putting yourself in more jeopardy
No,
talking
it's
about it
fine.
in front of a microphone.
Statute of limitations is fine. Come and get me.
There's
It's
no
Trump's
statute.
America now. Everything's fine.
Statute, not statute.
Yeah, whatever. Statute. They're not coming to get me.
Well, see,
These nuts.
the best favor to give is the favor with the least amount of effort that seems like big for the other person.
Right.
Ah.
One of those I thought about when Daniel and Andrea asked me and Crystal to watch Caesar.
To father another baby.
Well, that's
one
a big
time.
one. That's a
Okay.
big one. That's my baby.
Zero. Well, to you guys, it's a big ask, right?
Yeah.
You know, and
Yeah,
you guys
yeah.
are appreciative, right?
Oh, very much
And
so.
for
Yeah.
us, because the damn dog just sat there, didn't do shit. It was the easiest favor to ever give. Like, I
Can
don't give
I
a
say
fuck.
I look after John's pets all the time because he always travels. He's always going somewhere.
Yeah, he's a bad owner.
They've looked after our dog once.
Yeah, John's a
and
bad
we had to
owner.
come home early because our dog hated them so much.
yeah, John's abusive to his pets.
Hold on,
They're
what
better
kind-
off with you.
Hold on, what kind of dog? Because that's
He's a terrier mix.
Okay.
And I guess he was growling at them when they come in the house, and he just wouldn't eat. He wouldn't walk. He
Yeah.
like went on strike. Just
You don't
did
like
not
cops.
like
Your
their
dog
energy.
doesn't like cops.
Oh, hold on. That's on you, though. You
Not
got a
with
pain
us.
in the
He's
ass.
great with us. He's an amazing dog with
Oh,
us.
hold on. That's what all parents and dog owners say about shitty dogs and kids.
No.
Like, he doesn't do this with us. Like, I'm pretty sure he does. Like, you just don't see it.
Did you hear, Brendan?
No.
Maybe John's just not good with dogs. He's like away from his dog all the time. Why even have a dog
And
if
they're
you're always in
chickens.
Hawaii and Key West?
Because they got other people who will look after them when they're not around.
Oh, you're going to watch their chickens?
I have, yeah.
No,
One time I showed up. Did you see that video?
No.
I showed up in drag.
Oh, I did see that video.
Oh, the chickens
After
went
bingo.
crazy?
Well, I had to put them
Chickens
away.
love
and
big
I
titties.
I had,
Oh, I was going to do the opposite. I thought they were
They're
like MAGA chickens.
their neighbor's kid was taking in their mail and somehow didn't turn the alarm off, so the alarm went off. And when I pulled up, there were cops there, and so I got out of my car dressed as Brenda.
Oh, yeah, we did.
And had to walk in
Yeah, I
and,
remember this, yeah, yeah.
let him in the house. And the guy didn't say one thing. The cop didn't say one thing.
Very
nasty
professional.
about my big old titties.
Yeah, I like.
Tiptoeing along. I look dainty as fuck.
Were you like mad that the cop didn't say anything? Because
Kinda,
I would
'cause he
be.
was
I
hot.
would be a little mad.
I was hoping I was gonna.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
hoping he was gonna ask for a hand.
I
or
want
something.
a fun cop like the cops I see that do the skate.
At least react. Because
I like
it
the
is-
cops that get on the skateboard.
Yeah.
They'll do a trick.
Yeah.
Or they'll shoot the basketball. I like a fun cop.
A fun cop.
Yeah, I like a cop that'll be like, "Hey, nice titties." He'll grab them, you know, or
Yeah,
something
yeah.
like that. He's allowed. He's allowed.
At the
He's
skate,
allowed.
the skate park, he busts a kickflip.
Yeah,
and all
I
the
love
kids
that.
are like, "Whoa!"
I love that. I love that.
Yeah.
Cops are people too.
I love it when they
Yeah.
do something cool, you
I
know.
like
They're like, or they'll like walk up to like a guy in a Lamborghini. He's like, "Hey, rev the engine." Wah, 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 wah. He's like, yeah.
So then
I keep interrupting you, Tom. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine because I was thinking of different favors that.
God, you must have done, dude. You and Crystal have done. Well, Crystal. I would say Crystal has done
My wife's the worst.
thousands of favors.
My wife used to.
It's nice to
one
feel
day,
useful.
She used to pick up a coworker like far, like it's not even on your way to work.
Yeah.
Like drive far, like once a week to pick up a coworker, drive her to work, drive her home, then back to work.
Does Crystal believe in karma?
She's an energy. Like, it's a lot of energy.
She's sensitive,
She-
energy person.
Well, yeah, because she
She
has
ta-
that weird witch doll.
Yeah.
Well, that's a nostalgia omen and an amulet.
Because it's probably like it's gonna come back to you. You know, I kind of believe that too. Every time I do something nice, or if I see some trash in the street, I'm like, if I pick that up, that's gonna be like good juju. You know, for the rest of my something good's gonna happen.
But you're not
See,
doing it for the
that-
right reasons. You need to just pick it up because you want the earth to be good, not because you're going to get something
Well,
out
I
of
want
it.
that too, but I also want good karma.
It's like when my mom yelled at me
Okay.
for like, I was like, she's like, did you say your prayers? I was like, yeah, I prayed to Jesus. I want a badass DW drum set with Sabian
right.
cymbals. And she's like, it doesn't work like that. I'm like, why not?
It does.
Why can't I ask Jesus for a badass DW
Gotta
drum set with
manifest
Sabian
it.
cymbals?
All right, so this brings up a great point that I was about to make about people that do a lot of favors.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like my wife that believes in karma and energy and shit like that. If you're doing it because you believe that something good will happen back to you, I
Does
would
it?
question, are you doing it for yourself?
No, it's
No,
like
you're
charity.
not.
No, it's like people who give to charities because it makes them feel good. There's a word for that. I can't remember the word because I smoke a lot of pot. But there's a word for like giving and getting.
Well, I'd make the argument that you're doing it for yourself then.
Right, you're doing it.
But
for
is
the
that
payout,
bad? But
And
is
you're
that-
doing it as
No,
an
no,
insurance.
no.
It's an insurance policy for the end of your life.
But I will say,
Yeah, I want to go to heaven. When that big ibis-headed
All right,
Egyptian
heaven,
god
yeah.
weighs my scales, I gotta be
heaven.
Yeah,
equal with the feathers.
if you
Scales
believe
of justice, you guys are more alike than you are different.
Hold
I
up,
like
hold up.
that. I like
If you believe in heaven and energy,
Yeah.
I would make an argument that the person that believes in nothing, no energy,
He's a better
is
person
a better
because
person.
they're just doing it.
I.e.
True.
Tom Van.
I used to
I
have
had
this
this-
argument with my mom about being
no
God,
heaven,
Yes.
I used
no
to
energy.
say,
Yeah.
God guilting you into being a good person, is that a good thing?
Oh my
Sure.
gosh, I want to talk about this so much.
All right, go.
So I was
my
in a
brain's
car-
turning off.
not
I'm
gonna
never
say-
going to get anything back.
I'm not gonna say her name, but
all
there's a friend of mine loves Jesus. Jesus is
Yeah.
in her heart, and we were coming back. We were planning a pop up together. I'm not gonna say her name, and we were sitting in the car, and traffic was flowing great on I-4. It was a beautiful sunny day, and she said, "Gosh, I just have to thank Jesus for not having any traffic." And I looked at her, and I was like, "Do you really think Jesus like intervened so we don't have traffic?" And she was like, "Well, yeah, I do. I think I did something good, and now I'm being rewarded." And he got rid of the traffic. And I was like, "You're crazy. Jesus isn't here to make traffic go away. friend. You know, like I don't think that's how it works.
Well,
but
this must have been an uncomfortable pop-up.
It was, well, and then she was like, and she was like, well, you don't.
Look how uncomfortable he is.
I could.
Look how uncomfortable he is.
I could. And then she was like, well,
Why
don't
did
you
you do
believe
that?
in? Don't you believe in Jesus? And
I
was
like that Tom goes, why would you do that?
And I was like, I don't really believe in Jesus.
No, never say
I
that.
don't. And then she said, well, how do you make sure you're living good, like you're doing good things, unless you have Jesus
I just
to tell
want
you.
to do good things.
And I was like, I just do good things,
Right.
Because I'm not an asshole and I'm not a serial killer. Like
I
just
give to you this GoFundMe, or help this person, or I'll take this person in, or help that person, or
Yeah.
sure, I'll help you do this. I'm not doing that because I
want to get into heaven,
Right, and I've
although I am
always-
doing it because I want good karma. So is that different? I
I've
don't know.
always hated that, like,
Same thing.
oh, I'm doing this. Brett Bushy was sort of like that. It was like Brett Bushy was like the type of guy that it was like he was virtuous only because he felt like the eye of God was on him and watching. It was like, if God's not watching, I'm going to burn this whole place down and go crazy. Because there's nothing to keep me between the lines.
I think that is how that works for a lot of people. I think they would, if they really believed what I believe, that there isn't like an all-seeing eye of Sauron making sure that we're not being crazy, like then they would like become a cannibal and beat people up.
How'd the pop-up
No,
go?
they wouldn't.
Pop-up was great.
Okay, good. Good to know.
The thing is, how I understand evolution is that we evolved to want to help each other because that led us to live longer because we're communal animals. And then so it's like,
What's
There's something
beneficial
living-
for the tribe is beneficial for you,
Yes.
and that's ingrained in your brain.
Coming from
I believe
Canada,
that.
which is a little socialist, like this social government, and we're providing for each other through our taxes. Like there's this more of like a communal living thing. There's not actually as much religion in Canada. And like just at least where I grew up, just not a lot of churches. You don't hear about churches that often in your day to day. But then when you come here, the church is so involved with community events and housing our homeless people and feeding people who need to be fed. And like they are stepping in for what the government's not doing. So it's interesting to see like this role reversal of church in Southern government.
it is weird. The colder you get, the less religious you get. So like you move towards Sweden, Finland.
Not a thing.
God doesn't like the cold.
And they all have health care. And they all have health care.
The closer you get to South America, Africa,
freedom
the
is
hotter
there.
you get.
Temples everywhere,
You're sweating in church, snakes are biting you.
Sun gods, all kinds of gods.
Why do the hot like the gods? The cold freezes
I've
it out.
never
There's
thought
something
about
there.
that.
There's something there.
I
We
have
getting deep?
never thought about that.
There's something.
All right,
You're welcome.
Should we? Weren't we going to go through some of our biggest favors? What was yours? Do you have one?
Well,
Were you able to narrow it down? I would think it would be hard for you.
I'll tell you some of the biggest favors that Crystal was going to do. She was going to be a surrogate for a person she knows.
And you were going to do a natural, right? You were going to let him dick her down, right? Pump her good.
As long as I can film it.
Yeah. I would be okay. Like that is the only way I would like if Andrea's like,
you can
hey,
watch?
my friend wants me to be her surrogate, and I'd be like, oh, so he wants to dick you down, right? Really pump you good.
Yeah.
And she'd say yes, and I'd be like, well, can I? I just want to be in the room.
Yeah, like a handmaid's
To make sure they don't like so that's not
hold your
romantic.
wrist.
Yeah. Or would we be able to do like
That'll happen one day.
Like, could I go in the butt?
Could you while he's doing the vagina?
Yeah. He can cream pie while I'm going in the butt.
So that's a
We'll
huge.
film it. That's a terrible thing to say.
Isn't it romantic?
Terrible thing to say.
I remember.
Oh, Andrea just said, I would not do that.
The butt thing or the other thing?
Oh, wait, she said I would do that.
Oh, okay.
I drove a friend one time from Miami after a wedding up to Tallahassee because they had to be at college the next morning or whatever.
Guy or girl?
Girl.
Because you wanted in her pants.
No, I was already with. How dare you, Brendan?
Wow, you got him.
That's the
You got him.
Whoa, you know what the other scale of justice was.
And now the other scale.
I was dating a guy who drove me home to the north, from my university up home, and I hadn't told my parents that I wasn't out or anything, but my mom met him, and she was like, so is that your boyfriend? And I was like, well, how do you know? And she was like, well, who else would drive you that far? You know,
Yeah,
it doesn't. It's not straight guys aren't just going to drive you just because they can drive you.
Yeah,
they want
I do
something.
remember the long drive to fuck somebody.
Yeah,
I do. You know what? You're awakening memories.
yeah,
Yes.
because you met on Napster.
That's what the song "I'll Drive All Night" is about.
It is.
Yeah.
Do you know that? You know Ariana Grande, the song about side to side.
No.
That's about her getting railed so hard that she can't walk straight.
Oh,
Really?
Look
Yeah.
that up. She's so skinny. Oh my God.
Side, so she's talking like side to side like a waddle, like
Yeah.
when you're walking like you're rode
Got me
in a
walking
saddle?
side to side.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I feel like, you know, the stereotypical moving, asking someone to help you move, that's a big one.
Except
Yeah.
we learned this week, and you can go back and listen to it on one of our ACTs, that your old boss at Foot Locker, you helped her move, and she wanted you to ride it.
No,
Oh.
that I thought that I was going to get paid for that. So it's not a favor.
By riding it.
I helped my boss when I worked for the city of Winter Park. I helped my boss move out of his apartment because he made it sound like it was like part of my internship deal. Yeah, I know. It was like three stories.
Cheesy to do that.
Yeah, he's the worst.
The amount of
Tim
fees-
Maslow. Tim Maslow.
Don't say his
If you're
name.
out there, you're the worst.
Oh, come on.
God.
That's
You know-
Brendan O'Connor,
Hold
not
on.
Tom and Dan.
I'll help you out. I have been telling a story for years on the show, and I've been waiting for the right time to do this.
Oh.
But now is the right time.
Name names.
I've been telling the story on this show about Skull Kingdom and working with Dave Balzini,
Great name.
who Drew Garabo used to call Dave Balzinia, and who didn't pay us and hated me. And now he works hand in hand with Gatorland, and he was out there that day that you and I were there. And remember the carolers? He came up to me and introduced himself.
Okay.
I apologize.
You apologize to
I
him?
apologize, Mr. Balzinia, for anything that ever happened. I didn't mean to
Wow.
recount the story, and I'm glad that you were still doing what you were doing.
Oh.
But yes, I was very uncomfortable.
That was
And,
graceful.
yeah, I apologize to you, sir, and yes, I'm glad you're still doing it.
I remember I used to. Did you guys give a lot of rides when you were young?
I didn't have my license. I was the guy getting rides.
So yeah.
I would get a ride for my, like, right up the street. There was a neighbor that had like, he had like a it wasn't a Z. There was like was it a 240Z? Was there a 240Z?
I don't know.
But it was like he had like it's not like a sports car.
We say
and,
Zed.
and he would drive me to DeLand High when I was a freshman, and it kind of like gave me a leg up on everybody else. And I think my mom had asked his mom as a favor, but here's what makes it funny. It was one of those things where like he wouldn't even talk to me when I would get the ride, and it
Oh.
went on for months because
Oh.
he didn't like me. I wasn't like he didn't think I was like on his level. So he was
I
doing
hate
a
that.
favor like for my mom and taking me to school, but it was really just out of the necessity of us living next to each
But
other.
he hated doing it. And he didn't like you.
Yeah, I was too young. I wasn't cool. You know what I mean? Like kind of yeah.
You know what
guy's an asshole.
I've always wished that one of my friends would get cancer, and I
I'm right
can,
here, bro. Oh my God, I'm right here.
and I can donate my bone marrow to save your
Oh,
lives.
I don't want your rotten ass bone marrow. I don't want yours.
Would you donate your bone
Oh my
marrow?
God.
That's hard. Isn't
I
that
don't
tough?
want-
Yeah.
They don't take gay marrow. Did you know that?
They don't.
Or blood.
They don't take gay bone marrow?
You have to prove you haven't had sex for like 6 months.
How
or
do they
something.
know?
Oh, it's impossible.
How do they know,
I was like,
that the bone marrow's gay? There's no way. They can't tell. They can't tell that
You
shit.
can't. There's
can
glitter
tell.
in it.
No. I wanna, that's fucking
There's
funny.
glitter in it, and your wife likes it more than you.
That's fucking funny. Yeah, because
Yeah.
it has some style.
I know. And then also, if there's something to be said about the DNA, you know, if you get it in you, you might want to get more in you.
Yeah.
There's a lot of wide marrow.
All of a sudden, you start craving pickles.
My drag name would be Mark Marrow. Okay.
All these straight guys start eating bananas in public. I don't like. It just gets
Oh,
crazy.
speaking of that,
What?
eating bananas.
Oh, they switched it.
Oh, okay. Are we going to talk about that?
What?
You want to talk
Well,
about that?
What just happened?
Oh no. Well,
Why was that
okay.
so secretive?
All
Do-
right,
do we
so-
want to talk about that?
Yeah.
A little
Okay, so there, the
As a favor.
bit?
we have a BDM group called BDM Side Chicks. It's
Yeah.
all
Yeah,
women,
all the
right?
ladies.
and
They
so,
want me to join.
So they're doing no, that doesn't count. You can't
No, you
join
can't get in there.
I guess they want Brenda to. I've been asked. Yeah.
Brenda can join, but you cannot.
But I can't.
So anyway, they're doing a little meetup tomorrow at Fair Villa, and and Tracy's putting it together. And Tracy's like a party planner. She's doing this.
She's so good.
Doing all these things. She's putting together a charcuterie board and all this other it's a ridiculous amount of work. And she told me before when they first planning this, they're like, oh yeah, Fair Villa's gonna do like a blowjob 101. Where they teach females.
Stream that.
Like a fellatio expert's gonna come in and then teach you how to give a good
even
blowjob.
know. Like, what's your classification?
I actually kind of want to ask her too. Like, can I see your references? Like,
what
do you?
Exactly.
How do we know that you're the best? And like, just because it's a banana doesn't mean you're like you're deep throat zucchinis doesn't mean you're
what
good.
What is she like? Watch this.
It's probably really loud too.
No offense. No offense to Tracy, but a lot of times when she's telling me what's going on, I'm half listening. I'm doing other.
You're checking the bank account. You're like, okay, the check went through.
And I'm like, yeah. So when she said blowjob,
I'm trying to
banana,
talk you. I'm chirping you up. You're like, this little guy in the background
and I'm like,
screaming
what?
at me.
And then they're gonna use a banana and have the women like
all of your.
And then also like I've seen a lot of dick. They're not all looking like bananas.
Yeah, I was thinking Andrea and Crystal could get up there and just start like fucking blowing.
I think it'd be funnier if the girls brought fruit that corresponded to the size of their partner's penis. So it'd be like kiwis and
raspberries.
Lumpy
and bumpy.
Also,
that's funnier.
It can't be spear shaped. Like the whole point has got to be a goddamn nub at the end.
Yeah, there has to be a nub.
Not all of them.
Yeah, it has to look like
Hold on, what are you talking about?
There's like pointy dicks.
Dude, if you got a pointy dick, and I'm saying what I'm saying, if you got a pointy dick, don't listen to our show if you got a pointy dick. I got no time. I got no time for pointy dick.
Smooth like a pyramid at the top.
No, like and it looks like their
pointy,
perineum is pulling it tight, but like it'll be like a teepee.
Pointy and tight like a snake's head.
Yeah,
I have no time for that. Get the fuck out of here.
Ouch!
Oh, because they're like uncircumcised.
No.
Oh, okay. No,
like it's just like a weird circumcision job sometimes.
Yeah, you got a botch job.
Yeah, like it was gnawed off in the woods by teeth.
Job.
Yeah. You were raised by wolves.
Yeah, you got a penis botch job.
Yeah.
Anyway, look like a tiny snake.
Sometimes they look like a figure eight. Have you ever seen those?
A figure eight?
Yeah. Like it bulbs out like on either side, and then it's like.
The top is like a figure eight, like a two-headed
or like binoculars, like that.
It looks like a binocular D. That's weird.
What do you know about binocular cock? Cocknoculars.
Yeah, that doesn't stop you. You're just like, oh, this is something new.
It'll stop me.
Oh, what do you say?
I say no.
Oh, you say no?
Thank you. Next. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
No, I don't.
Once it's out, you have to go through.
I'm not like that with vaginas. I mean, I don't care what they are.
I'm past that.
Can stink. Even if it stinks, I'm like, I'll give it a shot. I mean, let's go for it. Yeah. I mean, like it's like gorgonzola. All right, rock and roll. Yeah, I'll do anything.
It's funny when they think that you're still going to go through with it because they whipped it out. And I'm like, just because you whipped it out doesn't mean this is over.
Yeah,
like, you need to go.
People think fish is disgusting.
No,
you eat fish. I eat things that smell like fish
Why are we
all the
talking
time.
about
fish? 100%. I'm just saying.
I go into
hair, fish,
Long John Silver's and I'm like, oh, fish crazy.
You can have literally labia that's 2 foot long.
You know, in gay talk, we used to say if you looked feminine, we'd say you looked fish. And it was like a compliment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can't say it anymore.
No,
they were saying it on RuPaul's Drag Race. And they got like people were like, you can't say that. That's
you can't say you look fish.
Yeah, they don't like that.
Oh. Can we say it? Can we say you look fish?
Fish. Yeah. Look at fish.
Fish.
What a fishy bitch.
I like how there's terms that we don't even know about that have now been excluded from.
Yeah. That's super racist. If you don't even know about it and then it comes and goes, it's like, oh man, that's how racist we are that we've like I didn't even know about that one.
Now you know.
Damn it.
I'm here to tell you. I'm sorry I did you a disservice.
No, we just love having you here and talking about bullshit.
Let's take a break.
Yes, sir.
And when we come back, I have a business idea I want to get in with Brendan.
Okay.
Because I think this is a brilliant idea.
I love business ideas.
I love it.
And we need another business. And I've been talking to Daniel about this a lot.
I want to open a laundromat, but he thinks that's stupid.
No, with a bar? Buy the Thornton Park laundromat.
All right.
And put a bar in it.
Is it for sale now?
No.
Oh.
But we could
everything's
get in
for
there.
Sale. Everything's for sale.
Is the clientele spending money?
Yes, and they're all going to Burton's.
Next door?
Yeah, everybody goes to Burton's and does their laundry there. But if you had like a really cool, you could just put in beer vending machines.
All right.
Let's do beer vending machines. You want to do that?
I want to do a beer vending machine so bad. You can get it from Japan and it checks your ID.
No, really?
Yeah.
Well, is that legal here?
I don't know.
I mean, that's not legal.
Let's
That's
talk
a-
to people. You
Although-
put it in clubhouses or where people
People
get
selling
ID.
weed and do it. I think you could do whatever you
Yeah.
want now.
Key West.
I mean, the weed thing I don't understand because, like, there's medical cards and then there's, like, places online that'll be like, hey, man, we
It's-
have Delta 9.
Yeah.
It's the same as every other weed, and we can ship
It's
pounds
not.
of it to your
It's-
house.
It's like the gas station energy drink of weed. It's like it's unregulated. Those things, right? THCA. It's
Yeah.
a type of THC, but they've removed certain things like the amount. They've removed something chemically that makes it seem like it's another product, legally speaking, and that's not regulated by the government, and so you can sell those openly.
Does it
but
get you high, Brennan?
Yeah, it'll get you
All
high.
right, that's all we
But
need
you
to
don't know
know.
what's in it. You don't know what's in it.
I
I
don't
bought
know what's
something
in anything.
yesterday, and you guys are going to be mad at me. And it's my wife in the chat room. I bought, it's called Goofy Gas.
Oh.
It's whipped cream canisters, flavored whipped cream canisters.
No, for whippets.
Yeah, for whippets.
Are you doing whippets?
I'm going to start doing them.
You are? Why don't
Yeah.
you just do poppers?
It's part of growing my hair out. I'm going to start doing whippets and growing my hair out.
poppers. Do poppers.
I'll do
instead.
poppers too, but that opens up your asshole, right?
Maybe.
I don't know if I want that. Do I want that?
I wasn't interested in that.
It doesn't like
I
just
wanna
happen.
Get fucked up.
It
I don't
doesn't-
want to I don't want to be there. My wife's like, "Are you fucked up?" I'm like, "No, but my asshole's big as fuck." I don't want that.
Just
I
rubbing
don't
your
want a
butt
big
on the
asshole.
doorknob.
Or maybe I do. I don't know.
It
I
doesn't
don't want
just
a-
happen.
I don't want a big asshole.
No,
but
you just get dizzy and
you go on
relax.
Amazon.
Does it get loose
This
and
is
it's
why. This is why I
Everything
bought it.
it's a muscle relaxer.
The only reason I bought it is because you can buy it. I had to buy it. I was like, they're selling nitrous in whipped cream cans. It's flavored, and you can huff it, and it's
No.
legal, and it is. It's completely
I
illegal.
hear they sell balloons of nitrous
Yeah,
at music
It's
festivals.
legal to buy nitrous
On Amazon.
Yeah. It's always, but
But it'll
but
make
flavoring
your
it.
brain. It's gonna hurt your brain.
Steve-O did 10 million of them.
Yeah, and he's fine. He's a millionaire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is he fine though?
I think he is. Have you seen him? He's perfectly
Yeah.
fine now.
He is fine. He
He's
does-
actually
yeah.
pretty smart. They're like-
Super rich. His wife seems nice.
Oh,
Okay.
I saw him in a documentary last night about the Bam Margera and the crazy.
Oh, what'd you think of that?
Crazy guardianship.
The
he was in.
conservatorship. Yeah.
No, it was actually a
I
guardian.
love that you're using Steve-O as an example of why you should do whippets.
But it wasn't a conservatorship; it was a guardianship, which is different because you don't have access over their money. So it's just their health care and some other shit. So it's like,
Well, what is the? Well, okay, go to the dentist.
but it's the.
What does that matter?
Well, because the lady was trying to help this guy. That's the thing. But the conservatorship was a hot button, and the internet people went crazy.
And jumped
on
on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's nuts. Anyway.
That is interesting. Yeah, we'll talk a little bit about that and other things when we return. The name of the band, well, it's not a band, rather. It's a singer-songwriter, Eric Cantana. The name of the song, I think that this is the closest we're going to get to the band Cake ever again.
Yes?
Yeah. They remind me of this band, Cheek
It
Face.
is very going the distance.
Yeah, they remind me of Cake, and I play them. Yeah. I've played them a lot, and they're weird, and they remind me of Cake, and I miss the band Cake, and you don't get any Cake music anymore. And I think the last time they put out a something, it was like 2012 or something like that, and it bums me out. Anyway, welcome back to our Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
So I got an idea.
Did it hurt?
Are you familiar with the establishment that was on 436 where women in bikinis would wash your car? It was called Baywatch.
I have a picture of it right here. Is that creepy that I have a picture of it right here?
Yeah. Where did it go?
This is an email from our buddy Bradley. He says, I saw this on the way into the gym today. I immediately thought of the story Tom told about him and the boys in the car looking at bikini girls while they were in traffic. Guys, Baywatch is back.
It is back?
Yeah.
It's coming back. It's coming back yet.
It's coming
So
back.
I thought it was dead forever, and it made sense because I was like, it went the way of Hooters, even though Hooters is still around. But
barely.
Twin
Barely.
Peaks just went out of business.
Restaurants. They're called restaurants.
Restaurants.
Yeah.
And because of how it looks, it's have women in bikinis wash your car.
I think
and
it's
like-
more about like the type of guys they're getting to go through the car wash,
yeah,
and then they have to interact.
Most of them
with
are handicapped, if I'm being honest.
Yeah,
Most
yeah,
of the
yeah.
guys that would drive through Baywatch
Ugh.
when it was a thing.
And how many of them have their dicks
Okay,
out?
when Stephen Kramer, who is a local attorney, or it still is, and friendly Ray Trenley, still a good friend of the show.
Okay.
When Stephen Kramer took us up to Baywatch in his Maserati, the only other people there to get their car washed were disabled people in vans that have like lifts for their chairs.
What?
There are also
Vietnam vets.
like
So people who go to Hollerbox.
Fat Joe-esque Puerto Rican dudes with Bluetooth.
Puerto Rican dudes with Bluetooth.
Okay.
It was a sea
It
of
escalated.
stereotypes, like running out, like a snake
Yeah.
of stereotypes running out the side.
But it's exactly who you think would be there. But
Is
now,
it like inside? Is it outside?
Okay, it's outside, and then when you go inside, that's when it gets
well,
good.
there was like a nightclub ass,
Yeah.
a thing or at night.
At
Anyway,
night,
Are there
they
like
have-
pole dancers?
At
and stuff?
night, you go in and they
Well,
shut
then
the
they had
doors,
something,
and I think they put their vaginas on your windshield.
anyway, the fact that
Yeah.
it's back.
Where? Is it OBT?
No, on 436, right
Yeah.
here across from goddamn what's that digital college?
Full Sail.
Full Sail.
It's across the street from that goddamn laser college. I
Ah,
don't know what the
laser
fuck that thing
college.
called.
Laser show
Goddamn
college.
over there,
Yeah.
goddamn, I don't know.
Here's my business
I'm
idea.
making movies over there, goddamn Transformers.
Men, and we'll call it poopers.
Obviously, it's coming back because there's a demand for it, right? No, like someone.
No, you
I don't
can't
know
say
if there
that.
is a demand.
You can't say obviously it's coming back because there's a demand for it because it could fail in 3 days.
Well, I'm saying someone is bringing it back, and imagine they don't hate money.
Yeah,
they
but
want
do
to
you
make money.
But do you remember the family that opened the restaurant that was nothing but deep fried fair food? Sometimes they're just bad ideas.
yeah,
But also, like, who's the staff? Like you're getting
hard to staff it.
yeah, because you're getting strippers who also don't mind washing cars.
Well, there's a lot of girls that work at that digital college that need money.
Yeah, a lot of the girls at the laser college, they need some extra dough.
all these kids
The
learning
UCF.
dance right now. Where do you go when you get older?
Yeah. Where's Maisie going to go? Baywatch.
So here's the
She'll be
thing.
the manager of
Would
that
you let
shit.
her?
Right across the street.
Would I let her? She's her own woman. I don't control her, Brendan.
Well, you should.
I'm a 21st century digital man.
Right across the street from
Digital
Baywatch,
daddy.
we open Gay Wash.
Oh,
male.
Oh, I like gay wash.
And then there's both. And then it's like,
And we just say more dick, better wash.
Because all the lesbians,
That's our-
lesbians would still go to.
stronger wash.
Yeah, it's going to be a better wash no matter what, because no matter what, there's men washing the car, and no matter what, it's a better wash.
And you know it'll be waxed.
Well, 100%. I would even go as far as like I got a gay neighbor that waxes his Mercedes.
I bet
and
he
that shit
does.
is pristine.
Yeah,
he's
and-
very good at
Well,
cleaning
he's a
his car.
serial killer.
And then I
No,
thought,
he's not.
I
No,
thought
he's
to
not.
myself, who's horny?
rich.
Who's hornier than handicapped people and guys with Bluetooth?
Gay people.
And gay people.
Gay people.
And they
They're
will
the horniest.
flood Gay Wash. And now we just need. And Brendan knows enough good-looking gays around town to work there.
Would they do that? They'd have to be tipped, right?
Yeah, it'd be like the guys that used to dance at
Go-go guys.
Mr. Sisters and stuff. You
Yeah.
know? Yeah. I'm seeing some more. For a hot minute, all the go-go guys were like little twinks, and I hated that. And I'm starting to see some more beefcake.
Do you like the muscly boys?
Yeah, with like hair on their butts.
I'm gonna be honest.
You get a variety for
What-
everybody.
yeah.
Gay
No,
Wash,
no, no,
we need
I'm
one
gonna be
for
honest, and
everybody.
I'm not gay. When I go out,
Yeah.
I'm much like. There's like I'm just gonna say it. Vince McMahon, like in WWE,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
he likes the muscly guys, right? He's
Yeah.
always like, when
Yeah.
I go out to a club, if there are gay guys dancing, they gotta be like muscly guys. They can't be like the skinny little guys.
No,
They can't be.
Twinks are so vicious too.
Like, what does that mean?
They're just mean.
They're mean.
Yeah, like piranhas.
Okay.
Because they're hungry.
Okay. All
And
right.
they
I'm
haven't
learning a
eaten.
lot.
Yeah, like because they're gonna bottom. They can't eat supper, before they go out. So they're all just hungry.
Oh, because the doo-doo.
Yeah. Oh, cause that doo-doo.
I never even thought about that.
I've never thought of it. We're learning a lot today.
Goddamn, can't eat dinner.
Light
I
salads.
can't eat
light
dinner tonight.
salads.
I'm gonna get my ass fucked.
That is, no
Ah,
wonder
Dan,
you are angry.
Dan, what's
right?
got you down? Dan,
It's a
why are you
good-
so grumpy? I'm fucking starved.
I didn't
just
talk.
fuck my
Great
ass.
idea. Great idea. I didn't get to tell you.
Okay,
Great idea.
So, will we have enough clientele to fill up Gay Wash? Would you go to Gay Wash and get your car
gotta
washed
be-
by
it's-
good-looking gay men?
Yeah. Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Too much of a novelty, though.
No. And are they hot? Like they got
Yeah,
They
yeah,
gotta
yeah,
be
yeah.
hot. They gotta
Very
be
hot.
nice.
Oh, yeah, customer service.
Customer
job one.
service.
Yeah.
A little bit, but if they're straight, like gay for pay stuff, they're just being a little bit aloof with me, I'm okay with that too.
So we can have flirty straights?
Flirty straights.
Because, Tom, you would...
Yeah.
You'd get out there in a pair of tiny shorts.
Yeah. No, you can be straight and work at gay wash.
We don't
of
discriminate.
What I'm hearing is I think we need to do a trial run.
course.
Okay.
We need to do a pop-up. And
I
we can...
have one right now.
We partner with Baywash when they open, and then be like, we're doing a gay night, gay washes to see,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah,
we'll open up
take
there.
over. And see, they should do a gay night. They should do a gay night.
Let's do...
It shouldn't just be ladies.
Okay,
Like,
let's also do this.
I
Let's
think
do
the
home...
owner likes ladies.
does.
And maybe it's not
I
just
think that's
gay.
his
Why
main
is
motivation.
it got to be gay? Why
I
can't
know,
it just be
he's-
like 4 people who like men?
I don't
Like,
know.
No,
could
this
just
guy has
be-
a salt life sticker on his truck. He's,
No, I don't. I have no idea.
Let's also add glory door, which is where you just stick it through the and you just put the window right where it just you put your window all the way up where it just keeps your pecker snug, and another man sucks it through the door. It's called a glory door.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
But you could do that at the park there.
No.
Lake Underhill
What's
Park.
the fun of that?
Lake Underhill Park.
So you're telling me right now I can leave this show, drive my car over to Lake Underhill Park, and put my pecker out of my window and have my window keep it snug, and
You should wait
somebody
till
else...
it's a little darker. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Go on sniffies.com.
Oh, I forgot about
Remember?
Sniffies. Yeah.
Yeah, that'll tell you where to go.
Sniffies?
You don't remember that?
No, I don't.
It's like a map. It's a dick map.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I think we did talk about this.
And it's for like
Sniffies.
it's mostly anonymous. So
Okay.
you won't see a lot of faces. You just see like
Yeah.
Dicks.
This is like dicks walking around town looking for other dicks.
yeah, because they're lonely.
Yeah, it's a better way to live.
a bunch of
man.
lonely
yeah,
dicks.
It's just like, hey man, you're a dick, I'm a dick, let's rub our dick together.
But there's like
all right.
corporate dick on there. There's like
Yeah.
underpaid college student dick. All kinds of dick.
What a great time to be gay.
Yeah.
Think about this.
Well, I mean, like, yeah.
Well,
I mean, without
kinda
getting
gross.
political, you see what I'm saying?
No,
Like,
I'm just saying,
yeah, I'm just saying you're gonna get the email when you say things like that.
Man, I get no emails. People, I'm so used to saying stupid things, they don't even bother
I
email
know.
me.
Yeah.
There's
That's fair.
nothing.
That's fair.
Sometimes I want it. I saw some controversy, nothing.
They won't even say that. They're like, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Only because there was a time where there was no way
Yeah.
to network
You'd have
as
to ask
much.
people, like, you'd have to be like lighting
The inter-
cigarettes. Like, can I light your cigarette?
Right.
Which is like
right.
hashtag, can I put your dick in my butt?
Yeah, and then there you have to go to the airport bathroom, tap
Tap your feet.
You got to do a
Now-
lot of parks and
Now you
tapping.
can just like be on an app
Yeah.
and not even like reveal to anyone that
Yeah.
you're even out.
There's also bars you just show up at, or
Yeah,
you can go
yeah.
to Club Orlando.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. And then it seems like on the opposite, like heterosexual, it's harder than ever because I feel like people on the apps
Because
like,
women want to be treated fairly.
yeah,
And not like
Yeah. He's about to do it again.
they're looking for love. Goddamn
not
love.
all of them. Not all of them.
No, not all of them. No.
Yeah. But
There's gay or there's straight play bars, right? Like the lodge.
Yeah, but the
There's
people are
the Wood.
disgusting. Have you seen like
yeah,
promiscuous straight people are gross? I'll say it. I mean,
I
they
see them.
are.
I see them at Cape Canaveral
Yeah.
sometimes
They
chatting each other
never
up.
the people that like, hey, you want to come fuck me and my old lady? You look at them and you're like, ah,
It was like I
gotta wash my hair.
I've been dodging.
maybe
I've been
I'll do
dodging herpes my whole
it's
life.
just
This
like,
is not the time.
and they're always bikers,
Yeah,
you know, or
so
they're
like
all.
last resort.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not that into it.
Yeah.
Sex is kind of gross anyway.
Yeah. But then the gays, they just like, hey, you want to come bang me? I'm super hot. And you're
Yeah,
like, yes,
I'm like
I do.
muscly. I'm
Fast.
wearing expensive ass clothing. I
Yeah.
smell good.
Get
And I'll
in,
never
get
talk
out.
to you again.
Fast. Don't even know your
quick.
name.
Quick.
It was like, my God.
Yeah, it is better. It's just better.
So
Herpes.
Speaking of things opening and closing, we saw Hammered Lamb. I'm going over.
Was that your segue? Was that your segue?
Late night. No, hold on. I had to fist bump you.
Speaking of
Fist bump me.
Opening and
Fist bump me.
closing.
That's fucking funny. He's doing late night. Hold on. Bob Zany's here, everybody. He said, speaking of things opening and closing. That was awesome.
That's great. I couldn't let that go. I'm sorry.
I didn't even want to do
You're
that.
a genius. You're a genius.
Really didn't know you were saying that.
Restaurants opening.
Yeah,
closing?
let's talk about hammered lamb. That's sad.
Oh, it is sad.
It is sad to see. I mean, that's here in
But,
town.
like,
For those of you that are not Orlando-centric, Hammered Lamb is a brunch destination here in town. A great little bar and eatery that has been around for 10 years? 20
12.
Years? 12.
Or no,
12 years?
12.
12 years?
I feel like they're doing their 12-year anniversary on their closing day. Yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, like,
is it a
and-
direct result into the fact that restaurants are just hard business to run, and any small thing that can go wrong could
set you off.
Yeah,
it-
and they did it.
start
See,
a
that's the
chain
thing is that,
reaction.
like, sometimes concepts have a...
Yeah, he also opened another restaurant that did horribly in Thornton Park.
There was a Doo-Doo Land Bistro. Yeah, I remember that not going well.
Yeah.
No, I made that name up because I was trying to think of a place that no one would want to go to, and Doo-Doo Land Bistro is that's the name that came into my head
There's-
the fastest. And nobody said. I looked at Tom and I looked at Brenda. You both were like, "Oh, that was the name."
I thought it was a French like a doo-doo.
No, a Doo-Doo Land Bistro.
A doo-doo.
Honey,
You know what I'm saying? But it's-
A Doo-Doo Land. A Doo-Doo Land.
It was after his grandparents. Jack and Honey's.
Oh, I remember.
Jack and
that was
Honey's.
right.
Across from the laundromat that we're all going to buy.
Yes.
Yeah, so that just didn't do
It
well.
didn't do well,
It
yeah.
just hemorrhaged money for a few months, and so they gave up on that.
That
and then
sucks.
hoping that he could, staunch what was happening at Hammered Lamb. And unfortunately, they had, construction on Orange Avenue for like a year, and there's a lot of competition. Like if you're not cranking out Instagram-worthy food that keeps people coming every day, like you're in a tough spot.
Are we, in your opinion, as a journalist in this town and as somebody that goes to a lot of places?
Yeah, lowercase journalist.
Are we? No, come on, man. Sell yourself up. Are you? In your opinion, are we a food? Are we becoming a food town, or are we a food city?
We've been a food city for a long time. The issue is declining purchasing power. That's the issue right now. Is people don't have as much money to go as far as it was going.
Right.
And so now all of these restaurants are competing for a smaller group of people that are going out to eat as much as they were before.
Yeah. Chat room. Mike B. He works in food service. He says we're oversaturated. Christine
We're not.
says
I don't think we're oversaturated anymore. We're losing restaurants that were coasting for a long time.
Right.
But after the pandemic, construction, purchasing power, inflation, they just can't hold on anymore. There's no stores. There's no money to fall back on. So we're losing them.
You know what one of my favorite things is? When I hear about a business or I see it, sometimes I see it, where it's so poorly run that I can't even believe that it's still a business, and it's so chaotic and internally.
I think a lot of people think you're describing us.
I know, but
yeah.
Bungalower. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason we gravitate to each other. Let's be honest.
But you know what?
Brendan is a touch chaotic. He's our chaotic
Flocking
Canadian.
together.
And we've made a lot of mistakes, and I'm sure everybody does.
Yes.
But
Well, that means you're trying shit.
But me and Daniel have made the joke before where we say we're bad at business, but then we've looked around and seen other businesses.
I see some shit that
that
I'm
are
like,
way
wowee.
worse. And like to the point where it's comical, like how bad it is. And then I know some of our BDMs and like this, leave an email or voicemail about horribly run businesses and like, because there's some bosses and owners out there. In fact, I heard
You can't be bad at business and have a shitty product anymore. That doesn't float anymore. Thankfully, if you are bad at business, your product is still great and your chat rooms are still full, with people who are engaging with you. They care about you. They're with you guys for the long haul. If you don't have that relationship with people, and your product is not great, and you're not crunching your numbers, like I don't know what you're gonna do. You're gonna close.
Yeah, it's impossible. Yeah, but there are some businesses that are insanely disorganized and poorly run, but they're lucking out because for one reason or another, like it continues to go down the tracks, and that's what I like. It was like total chaos, horrible management. The employees hate it, and it's still going.
Been there. Congrats, 50 years.
And I'm like, oh my god,
Like one
that's
of them.
fun.
I'll be honest. Hideaway Bar bar was probably like that for a little bit, in their old space. But now that they've moved into this new building, everybody at the Hideaway has like this resurgence of energy, and they care about the space, and it's fun to like see this new potential at their new home.
Can we talk about Hideaway for a second?
Yeah.
I have not been. The old Hideaway was my personal favorite bar in Orlando.
Love it.
I would meet all of my friends up there, whether it's Sabrina, Rebecca, people that I like, Real Radio people, Ross Padgett. I meet people. That was like my place.
Yeah.
When I went to hang out with Rodney.
Because you were going to
BDM.
get harassed.
It's just a great, Rodney, our buddy, remember that he bid on me for the BDM thing.
Yeah,
we rode our bikes up to Hideaway Bar, and we played touch tunes, and you
love
drink
touch
beer,
tunes.
and you eat their wings. Is the new space...
Not yet.
Is it coming around, though?
Yeah.
Because I'd heard it's too loud. I heard that they're getting some sound dampening, that it's like...
Yeah, he's working on it.
Yeah.
He's working on it, and it's always full. There's nowhere to park. Like, you have to bike there just because it's so busy all the time.
And but it's good.
Yeah, and the menu's better than it's ever been.
Nice.
And they're expanding it. He's going to have like Steak Tuesdays or something coming up. We just did a show there with Chip.
Right.
Chip was on the show.
Oh, nice.
And I'm very impressed with what they're doing, and it's great to see like a resurgence of energy.
It's
there.
also good to see people, because we always talk about the bar that goes and then they change.
Yeah.
And then they change a little bit to maybe in a direction that people think is like too corporate or too flashy or too clean, or it doesn't have the same
get over it,
vibe.
everybody. I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah, well,
Like,
it's
you're
good to
not a real
see-
fan. You're not a real fan if
Right.
you're not going to be happy that he's glowing up into a bigger and better space with a bigger kitchen where he can make more money.
Well, most of those people, like, and Tom knows this because it's the truth. Most of the people that are complaining online haven't even been into the space.
Yeah.
I haven't been in there yet, so I'll reserve until I go in and check it out.
That's what happened with Wally's Liquor. Remember that
Yeah,
renovation? We called it Walters because it was so fancy when it reopened.
Yeah.
It's no longer Wally's.
Yeah.
And people hated it. They refused to go. John Morgan said some crap about it, just like which was so mean.
Dog butt.
That did so much damage to them. And then they sold it to Pete Downing and them, this group of restaurateurs. He owned Dakine Poke.
Yeah, we work with Pete.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like
we
Pete
know
a lot,
Pete.
and because they have their own following, that overwhelmed this like cacophony of crap that people were saying about Walters, and now they're busy all the time, and it's and people love that it's been renovated.
Would you, in your opinion, because I love talking about this kind of stuff with you, because I know you know a lot about it.
Sure.
Is the Mills Ivanhoe area, is that the new downtown? Is that where we go now? Because downtown, the latest is they've moved anything that would be considered us being downtown onto, you have to stay on the sidewalks, correct? Or
Yeah. Well, they're it's so weird. That's so weird.
Sorry, I mean, it was just, you're the only person that I know that really knows
no,
about
it's
this
cool.
stuff.
Let's talk about it.
And they've moved, like, did you know they've,
the
like,
barricades.
Yes.
They have these barricades because eventually Orange Avenue, Magnolia, and Rosalind will be two-way streets. Right now they're single one-way streets because the FDOT, Florida Department of Transportation, that's their roads, and they wanted it's their job to move cars as fast and as efficiently as possible. Whether that
They have the bus lanes.
Yeah.
they also have the bus lanes. Those bus lanes are going to go away.
Okay.
The buses will still be there, but the dedicated, they call it rapid bus transit, those lanes are going away. It's going to be 2 lanes, and they're thinking that's going to help people visit downtown in a more casual way. You're not going to feel rushed through the downtown corridor. You can explore. It's easier to go up and down those side streets.
You won't be confused and end up driving drunk on one of them.
Yeah.
Like a lot of us have.
Is that when that lady hit you and you were like, oh, and you drove away in the bear suit?
That's their DTO project.
I still think that's the coolest drunk driving story you have. And look, I
No,
don't
come on.
glorify that
No,
stuff, but
I'm
man,
drunk.
you were in a bear suit. I feel like you're allowed to do
I was
it.
Florida drunk.
Yeah.
Is that California sober?
No, it's different. I'll tell you later. Don't worry about it.
Downtown is, I don't know how they're going to do this. They have a retail and restaurant program where they will subsidize and pay you basically to move your business downtown. If it's not a bar, if it's not a nightclub, they will help you move downtown.
Good. Let's do that. Let's move our
big
shit
bucks.
downtown.
They would subsidize you.
Let's see if we can
to
get
activate a storefront downtown.
We need a tiny, littlest one you got, and then just give us all the money, and we'll just
They
bang
would do it. It's calculated by storefront or by square footage, but
We only need like 200 square feet.
Yeah, but does it have a place I could jog right next door?
Yeah.
Daniel's workout.
You can jog around Lake Eola. You
Yeah,
can jog around Lake Eola.
It's bumpus.
Gertrude's Walk.
Damn.
Gertrude's Walk.
And think about how many random like guys drumming on buckets we can bring.
Yeah.
Get in here, give them the microphone.
But
Make me these boogers.
your question is Mills 50 and Ivanhoe the new downtown?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think they're their own things. Main streets are great. The city, I don't know. I don't know if it's the new downtown.
Are we not gonna? Like,
I think the new downtown
The reason I asked the
is
question is
Winter
because
Garden.
I'm not sure that I'm used to a city not having a downtown.
Yeah,
and
it's still gonna have a downtown. It's just not gonna have a drinking area.
Yeah, but that's weird to me because
So
like
is that what you're
every-
qualifying as a downtown? Is like an entertainment area?
I feel like every city that's truly a city has like an area where there needs to be some sort of alcohol consumption.
The issue is
and-
everybody since the pandemic, all of the downtowns have had a spike in crime. That spike in crime has gone away for most larger cities.
Right.
But they can't. The city can't afford. Or they say they can't afford the spike in police that they need to keep that crime down.
To contain it.
Brendan,
Sure.
tell
And
me.
they don't have those issues in the main streets.
Tell me if you think
Allegedly.
Basically, I feel like it's like the mall in the fact that people still go to some malls, obviously, but we had too many, and they're repurposing a lot of them, like the Seminole Town Center stuff. And same thing with the downtown. Downtown, in our day, was the place to go for bars and street parties and stuff because there was no internet and social media.
Right.
So everybody needed a hub because that's where the happening places.
It's
The
also
meetup
where
area.
all the cheap housing was, apartment-wise, like 55 West and like those apartments. But we're seeing more of those in the main streets.
And I remember even before 55 West and when Church Street and stuff, and it's like that you just went there because you knew
That's where
something
things
was
were
happening.
happening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
right.
then obviously with the internet and social media and the pandemic and everything, it diluted it. And it's like we don't need a one place to go where that's happening.
I disagree. No, you see it like everybody who lives behind Disney, they're all going to Winter Garden, right?
Okay.
They love Winter Garden. It's like the Winter Garden is the downtown for West Orange County. Disney Springs is like that too. So like there is a need for those areas. We are not. I don't know why I just made that weird noise.
No, that's fine. That's your thinking noise. That's
my
your thinking
thinking
noise.
noise?
You want to hear mine?
When I fart out my
Here's
mouth?
my thinking noise.
A little queef.
Come up with my best thoughts.
I think as we see more apartments go into like Ivanhoe, like the Yard, like the reason that Hideaway moved across the street was because they needed to demo that building to build that huge new apartment project that's going in there. I do think that will be the new entertainment area.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, because you're already seeing like I call Ivan Bros. Like all these kids who are living there with their pop polo collars and they're hanging out in all the career drinking spots.
It is like stepping back into 03 with the collar.
Yes. Yeah. It's like, I don't know if that's a Rollins Winter Park vibe.
Ivan Bros. Permission to steal that.
Well, I want to do shirts. Let's do shirts.
Well, I mean, that would work.
Yeah.
I mean,
what I mean by my mall analogy is they're just repurposing the way people are doing things nowadays. Like they're still keeping a lot of the big infrastructure and stuff at the mall, just not the tiny little shops that people rent out. And like, so for instance, there'll still be places that go downtown, but there won't be a Church Street line of
an
bars.
endless sea of.
Because but you need some good spots for people to go to.
I think you're going to see Westcourt, that new project by Live Nation and Orlando Magic that's in that big lot across from Kia Center. That's going to be a big. We'll see what happens there, but that could be what you're looking for.
And
Westcourt, is that gonna be like an entertainment venue of some sort?
It's an entertainment development that's going to have a hotel and Live Nation's running a giant concert venue there.
Oh wow!
It's huge. It's a huge multi-million-dollar project.
Bit of a shake-up for smaller mid-level bands, according to like House of Blues, Hard Rock Live, right?
It's definitely going to compete with House of Blues and which they run.
That is interesting. Live Nation would put their their hat in that.
Well, we need
and
that.
they already have those connections. Oh, no, we do.
And
we
no
absolutely
offense
need
to
that.
Hard Rock Live or House of Blues, but
No, we do need
it's
that.
far to travel for us to live in
It is.
Orlando proper. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to go to Universal Studios or Disney Springs or somewhere
have
that,
to.
you know, there's no place that, like, besides
For those middle.
small venues, social, and
Well,
stuff
for
like
most
that.
of the music
But
I
in
listen
social,
to.
I don't know what's gonna happen with social and Beacham. You know,
If it's 300 people, you need something that
Yeah.
has like 3,000 to 5,000.
It's interesting to see what the city's
plaza.
incentivizing and de-incentivizing. You know, like they're throwing all the money at Dr. Phillips to compete. Like they have that Judson's Live venue, right? Which is, have you been there?
No.
I've seen it. Our buddy Jordan Foley has played there a couple times.
Where is that?
It's like a little pared down, almost like a club.
It's
right?
like a jazz club almost. But they're bringing in banging headliners to this small, intimate, beautiful space in Dr. Phillips, but it's off to the far left.
It's tiny. It's like, well, not tiny, but it's not big. Right?
I don't know their capacity. But they're competing with the social, but while they're incentivizing these
like the
city-run
Pew
venues,
Theater?
they're making it harder
It's a separate entity.
Okay.
for the Beacham and the social to stay open. You know, because since they're larger venues, they have to provide. I think they have to hire like 4. They have to give money for 4 off-duty police officers,
God,
but the
not that
officers
again. Yeah.
aren't at their venue. Like they could be anywhere downtown, and they're footing the bill for that because there's such a big venue.
Just arm the bartenders.
Yeah.
They'll fix that
That's
up.
a good shirt, too. That's a good shirt.
Yeah, arm the bartender.
Arm the bartenders.
There was before they sold that ownership that owned the Woods and the Lodge downtown. It was like a craft cocktail, beautiful.
Yeah.
They were great.
I fingered a girl up there. No, I didn't. I just did a disruption.
It was me with a mop on my head.
Yeah, I knew it was your butt. I knew it was your butt. Felt too tight.
Okay, before we're gonna break, speaking of weird venues I've never heard of, there's a venue that I saw in Bangalore that there's an amazing cat, some sort of cat
Acro
show.
cats.
Acro cats.
Oh, you're talking about Acro
And
cats.
I'm like,
sir.
what the hell is Acro
It's
cats?
a cat circus.
It's a cat circus.
I want
And
to
I'm like,
fucking go to that.
And I'm like, what the hell?
I want to
come-
get fucked up.
They
and go
come
to the-
every year.
Oh, I
And
want to get
so-
high and go to the cat circus.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, and then I'm like, where is this at? And then the venue, I've never recognized the name of the venue.
Do you know it now? I can't remember the venue.
No, I mean, it's like, it's in downtown Orlando, and I'm like, what is this? And I thought you would know.
I don't.
it.
I can't remember where they are.
I have no
but
idea. It was called like Orlando, like, I don't know.
Acro-Cats Orlando.
That's the thing, I didn't
I'll
rec-
tell you where it is.
Like, we've promoted all venues in this town over the past 20 years, and I've never even heard of this one.
Acro cats. They got a Florida tour, motherfucker.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, no.
Holy shit.
And they're
this is
rescue cats.
huge.
They're rescue cats.
Oh, my God.
Some of them play instruments.
To play instruments.
Yeah, they
Oh,
train
yeah,
them.
look at them. They're on drums.
Yeah, but where's the Orlando venue? Because it was
Fort Pierce, Boca Raton, Clearwater, Orlando Cat Cafe.
Oh,
It's at the Orlando Cat Cafe.
in,
Have you ever heard of
Claremont. In Claremont,
no, it's in
the one downtown.
Yes.
This is...
Are you familiar with
I
the
am
cat?
familiar.
What?
How big is it to have a show
I'm
in
gonna
there?
get in trouble. I don't
Just
like.
talk shit.
I don't
No
like.
one's
I'm not
listening.
talking shit. I honestly just
You
think
can
it's,
just blame it on us.
You
It's
made it
just-
sound like it was disgusting.
It is. It's kind of dumpy. It's like old furniture. They never painted it when they moved in. It's like they
Hold
moved
on.
into
Well,
an
you're
old
putting cats in there.
warehouse.
Why would you paint it?
You're telling me the Orlando Cats Cafe is disgusting?
Yeah.
Weird.
There's one in Claremont, which is like
That's the Claremont, the old Claremont Chicken Club. Go in there. It's also disgusting.
I actually think it's the template for the future of animal adoption, and I think they have their game down. They're amazing. Their product's fantastic, and they're about to start franchising the model across the country. And because they have a coffee shop, and it's separated from the cat area, and they have top-notch filtration systems. So if you're allergic to cats,
Oh, Tom
you're
gets
not
us
going
with
to have
those.
a
He's like,
reaction.
it's perfectly fine. Top-notch filtration.
It is.
Top-notch. What the fuck does that even mean?
Like
It's
expansive.
perfectly fine.
Space
It
age.
breaks down in like 3
And then
seconds.
I got one Dyson air purifier in the corner.
Smells like ammonia.
with
and
ribbons
shit.
tied on it, so you know it's on.
made for 100 square foot. I got 3,000. Anyway.
And the cat part of
Tom,
it is the
Orlando
cats can come
Family
and go.
Stage. It's at Orlando Family Stage
Oh,
on Princeton.
that's That's the new name of the theater in Lock Haven Park.
Okay, listen to this.
Orlando
TC.
Repertory. It was Orlando Rep, and now it's Orlando Family Stage.
This is
okay. I would never heard of Orlando Family Stage. I was like, what?
Yeah, they changed the name in like a couple years ago.
This is the amazing Acro cats, as seen on Netflix. Cat people, real cats doing real cat tricks. The amazing Acro cats. This troop is trained domestic house cats, all former orphans, rescues, and strays. They give a one-of-a-kind performance that includes cats riding skateboards, jumping through hoops, ringing bells, balancing on balls, and performing other feats of agility and entertainment. The show finale is the all-cat band in the world, the only all-cat band in the world, Tuna and the Rock Cats. The Rock Cats play
Like
guitar,
Rockettes.
drums, and piano, and they have been joined by the Jazz Cats on saxophone, trumpet, and clarinet. We got to go to this.
I have no interest.
I want to go see the Acro Cats.
You should go.
I want to go. When is this? January 23rd. We missed it.
This-
Fuck. It was last night. Fucking last night. You fucking lied to me. You got all my hopes up. It was last night.
They'll be back.
It's the 25th, I thought.
23rd.
Oh,
Thursday,
man.
23rd.
Only one date?
Yeah, only one night. 6
I don't think so. They did it at the venue back in the day.
How the hell did they teach feral cats to do anything?
Treats.
Hold on. My
all treats.
mother-in-law, like,
Ritalin.
she'll rescue cats.
She loves them too much. These people, they don't love them as much.
She had 2 feral cats that she rescued that she brought from Georgia, and they've never seen the light of day for
oh
years.
my God.
And they lived in her house.
It's like a Schmiegel cat.
She couldn't touch them. She couldn't be near them. They would be hiding in her closet, hiding
Well,
under
that's
the
just
bed.
a roommate. That's not a cat.
And so like I only saw one of them scurry across.
So she would only keep them alive until they die, but would never see them. Okay, I like that.
One of
I
them
like
died under a dresser one day, and the other like
that's how I would have died. I would have died under your mother-in-law's dresser.
yeah, but it was a weird. And then like she's like, oh yeah, you can't look at him, you can't touch him.
Yeah,
And I'm like, oh my God, you have the heart of gold that you're keeping these things alive. But like I couldn't imagine teaching some wild cat.
Well, those
like,
are
to
the
play
ones.
drums.
Those are the ones you teach. Like,
Well, that's what I'm saying. They're teaching wild
but
cats.
There's millions of them, and you weed through them, and
Yeah,
you get
she's
the
only-
good ones. I mean, the
yeah.
ones that she's got are those guys. They ain't
The
playing
ones,
no drums.
the ones that can't play drums, she
Yeah.
just throws back out on the
Yeah,
street.
yeah. You're like, can you play drums? You sit him there, and then like you look at him, he starts
Yeah.
scratching you. You breathe on him, he
It's an
starts
audition
scratching you.
process.
Yeah, you're not my bass player. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, let's take a break.
Yeah, man.
And when we come back from break, we'll do a couple voicemails.
Yeah, we got a couple of emails.
Yeah.
A couple more. I want to talk about Empire Strips Back. What do you know about
Not much,
Not
but I'll
much?
talk about it.
And burlesque Star Wars show.
that? Yeah. The name of the band is. Hold on. This is Capital Cities. The name of the song is "Tell Me How to Live." la 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 la. I need a Friday.
And a Saturday.
What do you mean?
I was just like, I got a cold a couple days ago. And,
Seemed like a lot of people are getting colds and flus and all that.
You know, I
bullshit.
used
Stop
to-
making out with each other.
the perfect way to have a cold is when the weather is mild. Having a cold when it's hot fucking sucks, and having a cold when it's cold fucking sucks.
Just colds in general.
Yeah, but if I had my druthers, a cold when it is hot, when you're stuffy and it's 101 degrees outside, makes you want to blow your head off.
I think I'm allergic to this strain of pot that I've been smoking. It's been giving me the sniffles.
Give it to me, I'll trade you. Welcome back to Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan. I am Dan.
Tom.
Brendan O'Connor from
Hi.
Bungalower in the bus.
Did you guys see the pool enclosures that were collapsing because of the amount of snow on them in like North Florida?
I believe it.
Crazy. And me and Crystal
What can
were,
you do about that? Just cut your screens so you don't destroy the cage?
Well,
or hit it with a broom and knock it off.
Well, that's what I guess it got so heavy. Me and Crystal were like, why didn't the panels break through before the actual enclosure broke, right?
Well built.
And no, well, we were thinking this. So as the snow, like, because I've had hail collect in my pool enclosures, and then it just now they're all floppy.
It just stretches out. Yeah,
Yeah.
It just stretches out your screen so they
Yeah.
look like. And that is my favorite bra. Is the bra that women wear it has no lift whatsoever. It's just where their titty
just
hangs
stretches.
in a
There's a
little sack, a titty sack, and it bounces. Those are the best bras. Every woman should wear those bras so I can see your titties bounce like every girl on Instagram.
So me and Crystal were talking, and I think it's
Physics, man.
because the snow builds up in all the panels, right? But then it gets higher than the panels, and then starts basically
I think
to
it freezes and it's a collective mass.
It starts being
Yeah, they crust on the bottom because that's where the heat is from your house.
and then it collects.
Ooh, it
and
would
then,
melt and refreeze. You're right.
Yeah.
So instead of falling through the individual panels, it's kind of like one big heavy weight
Yep.
on it, which crumbles the aluminum.
And I'm sure
Stand.
snow isn't on their insurance plan.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
You know, like how do you claim that?
I do like the guy because I saw like the stereotype of the North Florida redneck.
Alabama.
Knocking snow off. It's like and then his like wife like, you said it didn't exist.
Yeah, she's bad. She's bad.
It's supposed to be hot.
Yeah. My 83-year-old dad was up on his roof up in Canada, like pushing snow off the roof because if it builds up too much, your roof could collapse.
Yeah. But in Canada, you're prepared for it.
Well,
Like,
he's
when you have a
done that
pool
before,
screen-
right? Like
He also it shouldn't be
doing that.
tile. It should be like he needs like a metal roof so it could just do it on its own.
Gotcha.
You know what it reminded me of? It dawned on me, and this is how stupid I am. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. Anywhere where it snows, they don't have pool screens, like pool enclosures.
Right.
You know,
It's not a thing.
Like that's not a thing. And
No.
I'm like, oh yeah, this is why. And then I'm like, oh shit.
That might be. Yeah,
It
I
never
can't
dawned on me
ever-
that someone up north has no pool enclosure, or if they do, how the fuck do you have some sort of?
I mean,
I don't know.
most pools up north are indoors.
Yeah.
If they're like a real fancy pool, or you don't even see a pool.
Oh,
I
that's
guess.
funny. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
I can't picture.
But you're right.
No,
Like,
they have covers that they cover over the
I've seen
winter.
that
You know what I'm saying?
before,
But there's
yeah.
no enclosure.
the cage, as you're calling it, yeah. Or
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah.
But it is
So the
one of those
snow will
things
collect
where,
it.
like, oh my god, and it's so expensive. Like, seemingly, I know
Yeah.
that a lot of people. Yours is one of the most intricate and. Like, literally, it's so custom that I'm so glad it didn't snow on yours because Tom's is, like, it's fully custom where the lip of his house goes. Like, every little piece, like, a man got up there and, like, did it by hand, right? Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
all, like...
And that made it cheaper.
Never the case. Yeah.
So
Is there a question in there? I can't remember.
no, I
Yeah,
was
we're
talking
just
about the snow.
Talking about
Yeah.
snow.
Well, also it's funny because Crystal, like everybody, apparently there was a couple snow flurries in Altamont, like in the middle of the night, and then because of the way that I was going to talk to Mike from Mike's weather page about this because it never got below freezing. It's weird because like 3 years ago, a freeze came down and it got under 32
Yeah.
and it killed a lot of my plants.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
2
Gotta
years
put the
ago.
sheets on them.
but this week, this week, and it got so cold and snowing in different places, but it didn't get below freezing, so my plants are fine. But it was still
The
snowing in
wind
places.
chill can be bad though, so you should actually be covering your plants.
But it was the moisture that was the weird effect where it got cold and moist, that front of all that moisture, and that brought all the snow. And so technically it was snowing above us everywhere, like 20,000 feet.
And it melted before it hit us.
And it melted. And then some places it didn't melt before
we
it
were
hit
getting
us.
like frozen rain, and Eric Burris from Channel 2 was trying to explain it like yesterday. You know, he was like talking about how like, I know what you're seeing, and I know you want to say it's snow, but he's like, I hate to be that guy, but technically it's not
because it's like a fine mist.
Yeah, it's like misty rain.
But then you see up in the Panhandle,
Misty Rain's my stripper name.
Like the Panhandle was getting inches.
Oh,
like it looked like fucking Colorado.
Like real
on the
snow.
ground.
Cross country skiing. Cross country skiing.
You know
in Florida.
you know the cabin I like to go to, the one that you've seen.
Yeah,
Like,
I want you to come to my cabin.
I would love to. I mean, you just text my wife and we're there.
I'm going in August.
Cabin life is where it's
Does
at.
it not have electricity?
Yeah, his is super rustic.
The solar panels. We have solar panels.
That's hard. That's
and
a
an
hard
outhouse.
Life. That's a hard life.
You have to put down wood ash after you take a dookie.
I could do that. Maybe Maisie and Andrea not so much. Maybe,
Brittany,
but I could do that.
All right, you're tougher than us.
But like the whole river like was just covered. Like you could see the snow coming down. Like all the birds are out there. It looked like.
Yeah.
And she's like, never seen it like this before.
We have so many robins right now here too in Orlando because they all came down.
Is that the most popular name for women right now? Robin?
Robins. Rockin' Robins.
I don't think I know. I only know one Robin. I don't know a lot of Robins.
There's a Robin in my Dungeons and Dragons game right now.
Are you playing?
It's an old school name.
It is like an old school name. It's not short for anything, right? Like Robalina or.
I feel like a lot of people born in the 60s and 70s. There was a lot of Robins out of that.
I'm glad you mentioned birds.
Name.
I'm going to show you the new video game that I'm going to start playing. I'm glad that you mentioned birds.
Can you play a bird?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to introduce you to the gayest video game of all time. I give you Wingspan.
I tried to play this.
Two birds, and what are they doing?
They're talking.
Wingspan is a place full of birds. Your goal is to build a wonderful preserve.
Wingspan is a place full of birds. Your goal is to breed a wonderful place for your birds.
Have you played it yet?
Why did they get Diane Rehm to do it? I want to play it.
It's hard.
Andrea started yelling at me. It does look very hard.
It's so complicated.
It looks relaxing, but then it looks too technical, and I don't know if I'm a Wingspan man.
I smoked the biggest fatty and tried to play that game on Steam, and I made no sense, and I gave up and started playing Baldur's Gate again.
Wingspan is a game about birds. It had me at that. As soon as I heard it, I'm like, I'm in.
I'm
a
in.
game about fucking birds?
Yeah.
I'm
in
in.
a forest?
I'm in. What do you think? You want to play some Wingspan with me?
I have a bird
Bring
question.
your bird deck over.
I love birds.
So here's my bird question.
Chat room is calling us stupid.
Have I done my owl call here?
The chat room is saying that is not hard. And
you have an owl call?
Yeah, have I done that?
No.
You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Hold on. All right.
Oh my God! I can just imagine you blowing me and doing that afterwards. I'm like, yeah, the fucking owl rules. That was really good.
Yeah, thanks.
I was gonna
make it's the
second. At the end.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's how you get them.
I wanted to make a gay fart joke. Because
it sounds more like.
Do you want to hear my owl?
A gay fart sounds more like.
Do you want to hear my owl?
So that's what. Sorry. Okay.
If you get me stoned at a campfire, I will do owl calls all day, all night. I will not stop.
Love you,
I will not
so
stop.
crazy.
We'll call them in. We'll start
There's
talking
owls
to each
everywhere.
other.
Oh my God!
My dad will get them sounding like monkeys. They go crazy, like ooh ooh ooh.
So this may be a super stupid question.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Yeah, hit me.
So
Wingspan, the bird video game.
When in the beginning of Wingspan, I
Yeah.
saw the two birds. I was like, "What is happening?" They're talking to each other, right?
Yeah, the commercial.
Now it could have been two birds
Like
of
a
the same
couple of sluts.
of the same species. There
Yeah.
was a blue jay and talking to a brown bird, right?
Yeah,
But
I
sometimes
think that was a titmouse.
Because a blue jay's a corvid,
but usually,
and they like to mimic.
Yeah, and there's like birds of different colors, like blue jay. The
Birds of different colors flock together, you know.
Only the male blue jay.
That's the kind of society I want to live in.
Okay,
I got Johnny Cochran over here.
Here's my question: do birds chirp to different bird species?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If they're
Yeah.
trying to fuck them up.
So
I don't know.
Oh,
But yeah, they'll talk to each other.
Yeah, like didn't you see the video that's making the rounds on TikTok right now where it's like the crow goes into the hawk's nest and eats the egg, and then the hawk mommy comes back and then looks out, like takes the egg and kicks it out of the nest and starts squawking at the crow, and the crow starts squawking at the hawk, and then the hawk flies to the crow and fucking murders it. Well, Mama got back and said, fucking, you're dead.
I understand that.
Kill them dead.
Where, like, there's predator-prey.
Retribution.
That was retribution.
No, but they were talking to each other. They were like, what, motherfucker? And they're like, what? You fucking killed my egg, motherfucker?
Well,
crows will beat up owls.
Again, predator-prey, I understand there's some
you just
sort
want
of yelling.
Like, talking casual? Like,
well,
what's up? Hey, what's
is
up?
there any reason? Because I understand, like, birds call usually to find their mate, right?
Territory.
Warnings to each other, don't they?
Territorial.
I believe birds will warn each other of, like, impending weather.
Yeah.
So, like, snow coming in or a storm, like, birds will make noise, and then other birds will make noises to other birds, and it carries down the line. I made that up. I think that. I don't know that to be true, but that is what I believe.
Sounds great.
I believe in the Tarzan effect of birds chirping to each other for danger, and they have their own network of
I think
danger.
we can talk just like trees talk to each other.
Yes,
okay, now you're nuts.
Interspecies trees will.
Yeah.
I saw Neil deGrasse Tyson.
We've talked about this.
And because there's some evolutionary benefit for one tree to hold up one.
Do you want to hear my tree call?
But they're in a community like aspens.
Do you want to hear my tree call?
Yeah. They're breathing.
That's my tree call.
Breathing all day.
I like. Do you want to do some voicemails and emails? Okay. Let's get some voicemails. And if you want to leave us voicemails, or we'll take live calls.
If you were a tree, what tree would you be?
We've been doing live call. If I were a tree, I would be a what's the one that's good for climbing in Florida?
Your mom. I'm sorry.
I like that.
A live oak?
No. Their bark is gray and kind of lumpy, like not lumpy, but kind of patterny. But they're made in Florida for the most part.
I like live oaks because they'll just dent the shit out of the tops of every car that parks on it.
Yeah. And then one acorn lands and the cops are shooting guns.
I like that their branches become buttresses. You know, like in a church, they like hold themselves up.
Yeah. And then they touch the ground.
Yeah.
Then they come back up.
They drop there. Yeah, you got to drop your buttress to the ground.
There's that big ass live oak over here by
the dirty
hip
hop song about trees. Drop your buttress.
Let's try this one. Sorry. You're not gonna like it, Tom. Sorry.
Jesus Christ. Usain Bolt still holds the world record. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's not very nice. It's very dramatic voicemail.
I made a mistake. I thought that someone beat him, but apparently not. In the 100-yard dash,
he still got the
Usain
record,
Bolt is the fastest. But then
you didn't have to be so mean about it.
Yeah, that guy was like really bothered by it.
Because I made the joke that Usain Bolt will probably always just resonate to us as the fastest because he's got the goddamn last name is Bolt. And
I think you're right.
But you know what's funny is that I looked up.
Who do you think of like when you
fast?
If I say a position in football, say the first thing that comes to your mind. QB.
Brady.
Really? For me, it's Montana. I wonder if that's an age thing. Because to me, the name does matter. Brady doesn't stick out, but for some reason, when the word or phrase QB is there, for some reason, Montana, because it's just like, it's such a fucking name. Like, Montana, big fucking state. Like, it's like, I don't know. Or maybe I'm 48, and that was like my QB. I heard more about him at a more formidable age.
Maybe.
I don't know.
That makes sense.
I also looked up like who is the fastest, and they gave me a list of like top 5 fastest men. Usain Bolt, number 1, obviously. Usain, whatever.
You like saying Usain because you are
Usain. The guy in second that was only like 1/100th of a second slower, which is like a blink of an eye, and he could have. And God, I wish he would have won.
And he must be so mad.
His last name Gay. It's like Ryan Gay or whatever this is. Like Gay. And I'm like, oh man, I wish Gay beat Bolt and Gay was the fastest. And he's so good, like a 1/100th of a second slower.
If you were a professional athlete and your last name was Gay, would you change your last name?
No, it would single me out.
Name.
It's absolutely not.
All right.
Yeah.
Because like there's like
some
your
guys, first name to make it funnier.
Yeah, I've seen some guys that have like Niger. I wouldn't change. I wouldn't if it sticks out.
It shows you
I
you're
would
tougher.
leave it. Yeah, I would leave it.
Just because
Andrea's was Swallows.
What?
Yeah, my wife's last name was Swallow.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah.
Swear on my, and she never has. and I haven't said that in a minute. I'm allowed to say that.
She's not a cannibal.
Never has. No, that's
not
a
even
thing.
in an emergency.
No, there's not an emergency. Name a blowjob emergency where she has to swallow.
What are they going? This could be in the car.
Oh
or like
shit, we gotta
someplace
go.
not
Oh, here
nowhere
we
to
go. Oh God, emergency, swallow it. You know what I'm gonna ask tonight? I'm gonna yell emergency tonight. Emergency.
Okay.
You want to think red light, green light?
Let's try this one right here. I don't think we've talked about this.
Hello, Tom and Dan. I just heard the breaking news that all the lawns in Orlando are going to be mowed in April because Earthday birthday's been canceled.
Yeah.
What a bummer.
What?
We knew about that way before they
we
released
did.
it. Because
Now we
got
can talk
canceled?
about it. We got pulled in the lobby by somebody of big ilk, and they were like, "Hey, no Earthday birthday."
That's iHeart?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It's done.
WJR.
Now they might bring it back in some other capacity. I read on their Instagram, like they might, figure out another way to do it. But I am under the impression that it was the Rockville type concerts that sort of killed it, right? Because you can't have a bill that's down the road 30 miles that has 500 of the same bands that you're going to put at Earthday birthday.
Or bigger, yeah.
Or bigger, and then
they have the more money and
yeah,
the
and the
capability,
ticket prices are comparable, and then you just can't compete with it.
Could they just change the flavor to like a different lineup?
Lawn guys only like one type of music.
Yeah.
Actually, two types.
Lawn guys.
Lawn guys,
It's
yeah.
hard rock and reggaeton.
Yeah, that's it. That's all you're going to get.
Yeah.
They also don't mix.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
You would think country
Should
would
I
be
write
there?
about that?
Not country.
No.
Lawn
They
guys
don't like
aren't
country.
country.
They
That's
don't
a
like
big
country.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't know Earthday birthday?
No.
Yeah, Earthday birthday, and it's
Country's too soft for long guys.
It is. It's
Yeah,
pussy.
Yeah.
It's too pussy.
Yeah.
Even reggaeton gets a pass because it's horny.
Yeah. You have to
Like
reggaeton is horny.
It's so horny.
Because it's from the Caribbean islands.
Yeah,
where
like,
everybody's horny.
I watched a Reddit video of a Latin guy last night that
you did.
He was walking out of a 7-Eleven and a lady was bent over fixing the door on the 7-Eleven. Like she's, like a door repair lady with a
oh my gosh.
and he slaps her ass, and then a black guy threatened to kill him and was like yelling at him, and they're holding him there, and I looked at him and he was like, they kept asking, "Why'd you do it?" And he looks at camera, he's like, "I don't know," and I believe him. I don't want to do defending a monster on AMT.
It's in his core.
Yeah, when he
That's
like,
sad that they beat him up.
I am not kidding. When he said, they're like, "Why would you do that? You can't just put your hands on a woman." And he was like, "I don't know." And like, I agree.
You can't. But did she?
Can't.
But did she
But I
want
don't-
that?
No, she didn't want it, and she didn't
okay.
deserve it. I mean,
Okay.
obviously it was
good.
assault.
So she was upset.
Oh, yeah, but my
Okay.
point is that when he looked in the camera and said, when they were like, "Why did
I
you
don't
do
know.
that?" He's like, I honestly don't know why. I believe
Yeah,
him.
Jesus.
I don't think he has a reason.
Blame it on Jesus.
Yeah,
How
his
do you-
name was Jesus. Jesus.
Do you feel violated by
Never.
an ass slap? Because
Never.
I had one. Like when somebody will slap your sunburn?
Yeah.
I had a beating and
That's
slapped
not
my
okay.
sunburn so hard one time I wanted to have him arrested.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Oh my
Sometimes
God.
when I'm Brenda,
I've had
people want to touch my tits when I'm Brenda all the time.
And that's not appropriate.
And it's always girls. And I always tell them, like, "Now I get to do it to you." And then they laugh, and then I do it to them.
Oh, shit.
Well,
Not all the time.
does
but
it
like,
matter?
I'm gonna start doing that.
The gender that slaps your ass, because I feel
No, I think girls need to get it sometimes. I think they need to be. That sounds wrong. Girls need to get their own, and let guys know. So I do think that there's something funny when a girl comes and touches my tits because they're seeing me as a man in a dress, so it's okay.
Yeah.
But I think there is like a retribution aspect to women touching drag queen boobs. That is a little funny, but also sometimes they do it and they look you in the face and they're like "fuck you" when they grab your tits.
Really?
Yeah. Some of them
Like an
energy.
anger. Like an anger
like if
tip.
I go to Big Daddy's
Yeah.
on the weekend, if I'm in drag, like I know there might be a fight because a girl will get in your face about it.
Yeah.
Well, every time.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
We call it bag daddies.
They'll be mad
Bag daddies. That's hilarious.
because they're mad about it.
Some of them are, yeah, like either that you're making light of women by dressing up like that, or you look prettier than they did. They were the prettiest
getting
girl
more
in the
attention.
room, and then you get
I
more
always felt
attention
the
than they
attention
do.
thing you can
That's
feel.
a thing that can happen.
Sometimes there are ladies that you can even see it. I haven't seen it in a while,
Yeah.
but like an older lady that is all done up who normally gets the attention, and then you have somebody who's kind of
Brenda walks in.
taking the shine, and they don't take kindly to it.
My first impression to anybody that is dressed in drag is that they're fun-loving. Right?
Yeah.
Like
it is the part. Like when I walk up to an event and you're there, I'm like, oh shit, it's gonna be a fun event.
If I go to a straight bar in drag, like then I have to be in the right mindset for that. Yeah. You can't go and be grumpy. You can't dress up like that and then be mad at people.
I also
Interesting.
have the immediate...
Well, you could. It's just going to be terrible.
You're a clown.
Yeah. Right.
You're a clown.
Right.
But
right.
being a
You're
clown.
performing.
But
Yeah.
I also have the immediate feeling that I can go and tell this and fuck around with this person about anything, and they'll never get offended or give a fuck.
Oh, I'll
and
get offended.
They'll get like like
I hear you though.
jokes.
Yeah.
Like it just I feel like
We had one guy who just started talking about Trump. Just because I just walked in and I was trying to get a drink and he started talking to me about Trump, and I was like, I know you're like trying to get a rise out of me, but like, can I just get a drink? Like, I don't.
Like you're a target for people's like.
Oh, okay. No.
I
got
this
it.
drag queen, they hate Trump, and I'm like, I don't even want to talk about Trump.
Yeah.
I just want to get drunk.
Like I
touch your butt.
I remember back in the Parliament House days, like in any drag show, they'd go harder than any comedian. And,
I understand what you're saying. Like some of the shows I would even see there, like Jeff Jones would put on a show there or something, and the humor and the jokes that they would put in the show would be like my style of humor, and it would be like adult plus.
Yeah.
It was like
never be
pushing
offended
the
by
envelope.
jokes.
Yeah.
I just like people that are not offended by jokes.
Yes.
If your intention is jokes.
Yeah.
Right.
Like like you're not gonna get like.
I think for the
you
most
can't
part,
say
people
that,
see me coming and they know I'm there to have a good time.
Yeah. That's what I think.
Yeah, so I generally don't have any
The
problems.
chat room says you're walking back real quick. You're walking that back real quick now.
Me?
What about
Yeah,
not?
Tom.
well-
Jen says you're walking it back real quick
I'll
now.
never walk back. It's because Brendan's example of someone bringing up politics is different than me saying you'll never get offended by a joke.
Let's do this one right here.
Good morning, boys. It's 7 o'clock Sunday morning.
Oh,
Heading off
early.
to work.
In a big old truck.
To the Friday Free Show last night, and Seth's health scare made me think of mine. That was last week, and I figured I'd let you guys know. It might even make Seth feel better if you just want to pass it along to him. I don't care if you play it on air or not. But yeah. So last week, one of my balls were hurting, my left nut, and I took off work. Boss said it was cool. Go to the doctor, get checked out. I go to the doctor, and they're like, okay, so we're going to take you in the back room. All right, cool. Young black doctor is taking my blood pressure, and I'm in a private room, and knock on the door. Older white lady with a computer comes in. Half a second later, door doesn't even close. Doctor and older Spanish doctor, guy, and a, I don't know, 25-year-old beautiful Spanish nurse walks in with him. So now there's 4 people in the room, and he holds the Spanish doctor holds the sheet up for me to undress. You know, he's blocking me. He's like, undress for me so I can give you an examination. It's all right, cool.
With them all in the room?
The chat room is asking, why is he putting a color or race to everyone? Now, I understand what you're asking, but at the same time, I also feel like he is painting a picture. So let's not villainize him yet. You know, if he gets to the end and he starts, going off the rails, we'll get there. But
I heard capital B in the black too.
Yeah,
so,
I think he's just trying to paint the picture. I don't think there's anything.
Listen, get out of your chat room. I appreciate a race being put to everybody in the room just so I have an idea. It gives me a better.
I do like to know what races are dealing.
I'm more concerned with why everybody's in the room when he's getting undressed.
That's exactly what I was saying. Okay, we'll continue.
I never heard of that.
Pull my pants down, get on the bed, use the sheet that he's blocking me with to cover up. And then he goes, okay, I'm going to give you an examination now. I said, all right, cool. I'm thinking he's just going to lift the blanket, sheet up. I'll hold the sheet or something.
Gotta
and
touch
he
your
can
ball.
examine me. Nope, he just pulls the sheet straight down to my knees. Dick and balls out, all out in front of everybody. Flips my dick up, starts squeezing all my balls in front of everybody.
Well, I mean, he's a doctor. I mean, dude, wouldn't it be weirder if he took you to his Mustang?
And they were brought in. And they were.
Let's get out of it. Let's take it. Here, get in my Mustang and I'll feel your balls.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be weirder if he took you to a private area and did it?
They should have told you, like, clearly the other people were there to observe. Like, they have to observe the doctor.
You should be smart enough to know that they're not in there because, this is my niece.
He needs to say
this is my niece.
The
She's
doctor
just
needs
in
to
here
say
hanging
it.
out.
The doctor needs to say it, and the doctor has to say who those people are.
You're not wrong, but also be smart enough to understand that they're a PA or somebody like
no,
a teaching.
he can't. There's no room for assumptions.
Oh, come
right?
on.
He needs to spell everything out as a doctor.
This guy.
Really embarrassing.
Yeah.
And then he goes, okay, so we're going to send you to an ultrasound. I don't feel anything, so we're going to see what that is.
You have no
About
penis.
10 minutes later, beautiful, I thought it was just a nurse, walks in, and she's like, all right, we're going to take you to get an ultrasound. And I said, all right, cool. She walks me back there. She's like,
Ultrasound
all right.
means they have to put the thing on your balls.
She goes, I'm going to step out. If you want to undress, get on the table, and we'll be in shortly to do the ultrasound. Okay, cool. So I strip down, get on the table, and she knocks on the door. I said, all right, I'm ready. She comes in.
There needs to be a universal knock on the door. Can we talk about that? They all have different knocks. There's a knock as they're walking in. There's the knock, and then you have to go, hello, and then they open the door. There needs to be a standardization of how we knock.
I also think there needs to be a standardization of treating good old boys. This is, you can hear the south of this man's mouth.
You can a little bit, yeah.
He needs to be walked through.
He sounds like
what
my dad.
they're doing to his balls.
These gentlemen, much like my dad, not very shows up clueless as to anything that's going to go. Like, who are all these people in the lab coats? What the fuck?
Yeah, he's embarrassed.
She goes, okay, I'm going to be doing your examination. This beautiful, beautiful young woman.
Yeah.
I said, all right. She goes, make sure you put your penis on your belly and cover it with this towel. She gives me another towel, and she said, put your balls under this one.
She didn't say
or on
balls.
top of this one. And then for the next
He's
30 to
faster.
45 minutes, she proceeded to pour warm jelly on my balls and examine me. It was very embarrassing.
That sounds like the hardest thing you've ever had to do. My God. So what do you think about that, Tom? You've had that happen, right?
Because with the ultrasound, she's got to. It's just like when you're looking at your baby. Like she's got to put the paddle on his balls.
Mine breathes. You want to hear the heartbeat of your testicles? See.
But did they find anything?
No, of course not.
You know that noise you get? Why do we get that noise? What is that? The baby breathing? What is that?
When you got a pain in your balls, that this is the Seth Daniel.
Is that what happened?
Yeah.
When you go to the absolute worst case scenario,
He never
which is
said what he thought it was.
testicular cancer or whatever, death or whatever. Then you go to as a hypochondriac. And so you go to the statistically most unlikely thing, where the most rare thing is the cancer.
Yeah.
It's probably going to be
Got a self-exam.
Like a varicocele or just,
Got a
it
self-exam.
It could just be inflammation from you masturbating too much.
Or like a prostatitis that,
I have that.
a lot of men have, and like all these other
Drop
things.
that pretty quick.
Well, I've had that, and I complain about it a lot, so he's probably, all of my ailments are lodged in his memory banks, and I have everything.
Is that from sitting too much?
So,
no, my dad's brother has it. It's just, it's a nothing. It just flares up.
My dad has it.
Makes your balls hurt.
Yeah.
See, but it's a nothing.
See, what this guy got is not as funny because he just got the doctor sticking it to him for more money for his insurance. So like, you got some pain. We'll look at it. Nothing's there. We'll do ultrasound just to make sure that there's nothing there. We'll charge you $800 for the ultrasound.
Well, I mean, if you want it. See, it is beneficial to me because I get peace of mind out of the ultrasound.
If it's peace of mind.
Yeah.
But,
you got to see if there's any pea-sized lumps.
What's funny about the Seth thing is that he thought he had the most unlikely illness.
Yeah, too many
ALS,
vitamins. Too many vitamins.
When he had the simple too many vitamins.
You're eating too much broccoli.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, B6.
He had a B6
Yeah.
overage, which caused his legs to be numb and have some, and then he thought he had ALS.
Oh.
He didn't want to admit that, but I mean, like if you have
And
too
he's
much of a
crying.
vitamin in
I
your
volunteer to help Seth look next time.
See,
body, he's got a massive ding dong.
I know. He sent me a picture.
Oh, I didn't know that.
When we were here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh wow.
And then it's funny when you live for weeks thinking you're as good as dead, and you're going through all these scenarios, and when it's
Might as
only
well be real.
a little bit of vitamins.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah,
I've never met Seth. I want to meet Seth when I'm Brenda.
he's great.
I want to
He's
come
great.
on when I'm Brenda.
Oh, he'd love that.
Yeah.
Perfect. We'll do a ball
He's dressed
examination.
in drag before.
He has?
Yeah, yeah.
He's too manly.
Search him up. Search him on the internet. There's a lot of pictures.
Let's just do one more. Let's do this.
Would you
one.
guys do drag?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'll do it.
I did a version of it for Mark Merrow.
Oh, I
one
did
time.
too.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was for. It was had some.
I was dressed
Where
like I
was
had
that?
a big afro wig on and I was in blackface.
Oh, well, no.
Yeah, why did he ask me to do that?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I played Whoopi Goldberg. I think I played Whoopi Goldberg in Mark Merrow's
Yeah.
production of Sister Act.
It was a different. It was 2009. It was a different time.
It was
Oh,
fine.
okay.
He's like, double dizzy, I need you to play a black woman. I was like, I can do it. I can play any role. Let's do this one right here.
Tom, Dan, what's up?
What's
So I was
up?
just listening to BDM show about when Tony was now watching Ink Master,
Oh.
and I'm a firefighter, and my
You sound like a firefighter.
well, I'm a captain, but my old firefighter, younger guy, came in one day, told me a story about this girl he's been seeing, hooking up with from Tampa. Turns out she was on Ink Master. I was like, no joke, dude. I was like, is there a video of her we can watch? He's like, well, there is, but it's only on the hub sites. And I was like, what? Turns out she was on Ink Master, and she got a tattoo on her butthole on the show. Pretty interesting. Love the show, guys.
Isn't it interesting? Is it? I'll be the judge of that.
What is it of? You didn't even say what it was of. Is
Usually
it like a
it's
sarlacc
I think it's
pit?
like praying hands.
Yeah. Well,
Traditionally, like you go religious,
Is there
right?
some
Like
sort of
I would.
squid?
Yeah, if I were gonna go on my butthole, I would probably do crucifix
Yeah.
or rosary. What if I did a rosary coming out of my butthole?
I'd be the sarlacc pit that Boba Fett fell into.
If you could have a butthole tattoo, what would you have? What would you do?
Sublime Song.
That's good answer. If you could have a butthole tattoo, what would you get?
Black Hole Sun.
Black
Yeah,
Hole
the
Sun.
lyrics,
Black Hole Sun.
See, that's what I mean, Brittany.
All right, if I did,
No, it'd be a sarlacc pit from Star
I would
Wars.
do, standing next to my butthole, I would do the Noid from Domino's Pizza. There we go.
I'll be a Calvin peeing in my butthole.
Oh, God, you are full of great butthole tattoo ideas. What if that was your superpower?
Start a new job.
I'm the best.
This guy's got the best butthole tattoos in town.
But you'd have to get it bleached before you put anything on it.
How does that? You ever had your butthole bleached?
No.
I think my wife needs to do it. She's got a purple butthole.
Why would you say
It's
that?
so dark. It's
Purple?
purple. Yeah.
Come on.
That sounds like
I think
an
it's
issue.
I told Maisie, if you want to make your 9-year-old mad, go like, you get a big butthole. That's right, because we try to snap on each other and do like cut downs, and oh man, that made Maisie so fucking mad. Oh my God, she's mad at me.
It's gross.
She wouldn't even talk to me. She's like, I do not have a big butthole. It's like, I've never seen you. I
don't know.
Never seen her butthole. Wouldn't even know.
Here's a
I
question.
don't even know if she has one.
That I think no one knows is why does your butthole get stained brown? Is it the dude?
No.
Well, yeah,
No.
it can't be, right?
No, it's just different. It's the different pigmentation.
It's not all stained.
Yeah, if
It's
you
not
stretch your
stained.
butthole out, bright white, but if you push it together, very dark.
Okay, so it's just a culmination
Yeah.
of my.
Yeah.
It's just your pigment.
It's like
So like,
it's
if
your
I
butthole
mush,
is
if I mush
tie-dye.
my penis skin together,
It gets darker.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just like
it's like-
tie dye. It's like nature's skin tie dye.
Prove it.
It's why your boner gets pinker as it gets bigger. Right?
Mine
Even,
doesn't.
Even for
Well, and
black
there's more-
guys.
and there's more blood.
Mine gets very purpley.
Yeah. Okay.
Purple?
I'll tell you why. Because
Because of your cock ring.
Because my foreskin.
Oh, this guy uncircumcised.
I'm uncircumcised, so my
Me too.
foreskin, the head of my dick, the hole that my dick comes through is too small.
Oh.
So when my dick comes through, it stretches it like you're putting on a fresh T-shirt from T Republic.
That could be a problem.
Yeah.
Not for me. I stretch it out. Plus, I got a tuna can. So you just gotta go through. You just gotta go through sideways, like you're taking a couch through a doorway. Yeah. I'm like, like my penis, the head of my penis, to get it through my foreskin, I have to just unscrew the feet.
Then once it comes out, you hook it.
Yeah. Hook it to the left. If we scrape the wall, I'll just use a magic eraser. It's fine.
So you got a pointy dick?
Yeah. No, I don't. No,
Sounds like you got a pointy
dick.
dick.
No, I have the big mushroom top.
But it's mushroomy because of the tight turtleneck?
No, it's just I have a wide mushroomy cock. How would you describe your cock? Let's end with cock descriptions. How would you self-describe your cock?
Yeah, small spaghetti thing. yeah.
How would you describe your cock?
That's what makes us good partners.
I can't do this.
Okay,
we got
that's right.
Big, thick, and
we got spaghetti and tuna can in the morning.
Hey, it's me, spaghetti.
It's me, tuna can.
Yeah.
Tuna can.
I could have sex with Daniel's pee hole.
Yeah, he could. He absolutely could.
Did you
He
know
actually could, and it's the only pee hole that grows hair on it.
Did you know that urethras have flavor receptors?
Not mine.
What?
Mine doesn't have that. Not mine. Mine does not have that. You take that back. You never say that again.
I quit. I'm not doing this anymore.
Yes, we did it. That's what we
broke Brendan.
Balloons come down. We're like, we got Brendan to quit. They said it can never be done.
What is this? This is why I haven't gotten my new job, is because they don't know this show.
You're going too real. You're getting too real.
Oh my God.
He's driving all over the...
Nobody's going to hire me after this.
All right, let's plug some stuff and get out of here, buddy.
All right, Bungalow on the Bus on tonight. What restaurant?
I'm with
did you
Ryan
do?
Lynch from Orlando Business Journal, and I went to Ivanhoe Park Brewing.
Okay.
Yeah, we talked about all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, he is such a good journalist. He's got a great beat, kind of similar beat to what I do, but he's a real journalist.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so mean to yourself.
Oh, just saying.
Yeah, no, I got you.
Have you seen journalists? I don't know if they take it that seriously. They're taking it a little too seriously.
Yeah, I think it's wide open.
Hey, you're right. It's all made up.
I mean, like, I read your stories, and I think you're being mean to yourself,
Thank
but
you.
yeah, I mean...
Have you seen what they call the news?
Flip that on tonight. You'll have a better opinion
I think it's
of
just
yourself.
anything.
Yeah. I mean, secretly, we are a news program, right? Like, I think we are. We're the leading news program in Orlando.
It's true.
We're going to be at the Science on Tap Beer Fest
Yes.
tomorrow.
Come hang out.
Park.
All three of us will be there.
Yeah.
Come see all of us. Brendan will be there. We will be there.
Code word, if you want to make out, is Coors Light. If you're,
I'll have the jacket on.
Yeah. If anyone, any BDMs want to make out with me at the beer fest, just say Coors Light.
I'm gonna wear a cowboy hat. I'm gonna wear Coors Light, shiny jacket. I'm gonna wear sweatpants.
Perfect.
All right.
And Crocs.
I will be dressed exactly how I am today.
I know you will. Polo, jeans, Ralph Lauren chaps, sneakers.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll all be out there tomorrow.
Yeah,
We'll
come
do
hang
the
with us.
BDM show on Monday. And
Anything else to plug? Do you have any other events going on?
No events. Yoga High's taking a hiatus because we got kicked out of the Acre, so we're trying to find a new home for Yoga High.
Nice.
But yeah, no, nothing crazy.
If you might have a home for Yoga High, reach out to Brendan or reach out to us, and we can get in touch with Brendan.
Yeah.
If you have like a,
you want people to come and smoke pot while doing yoga,
Yeah.
and they have medical cards, so it's totally legal, let me know.
Yeah, like a nice independent farm space or a big.
They're all hungry after.
Yeah, there you go. Or if you have a restaurant, there you go.
Frozen Florida 10 is the promo code. If you you'll get $10 off your hoodie, your ACT hoodie.
Yeah, Frozen Florida 10.
They're good quality. I wear mine every
it's
day.
right behind
It's
you,
thick.
actually. The new one with the Tom and Dan Coffee logo on it.
Yeah. So what does that make? It's like $30, I think. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
you know.
It's definitely a value for a hoodie, considering that most bands sell their hoodies at $80 now.
Wow.
I don't know what we're doing, but I mean, hey.
Yeah, because they're paying up front.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will see you on Monday.